The first of those games is between Ceylon Tobacco Company PLC and Ansell Textile Lanka Private Limited. And of course, Ansell Textile have done well in the tournament so far. Ceylon Tobacco trying to find their feet so far in the tournament. And of course, let's look at what the points table look like. They're in Group B, both teams, and let's go to the points table. Right, there we are. So Power Hand Plantation is certainly a big lead. They played 4. They won all 4 matches. Ansell Textile, they've lost 1 game, having played 4 and won 3. And SAGT has won 2 out of 4. Emachimi won 2 as well. And Ceylon Tobacco down there played 4 matches, won 1. And Ranpat at the bottom of the table. That's how the points table stands. And Ceylon Tobacco will go out to win today and maybe to get some points on the board. Right, let's talk to you about the game, and what happens in the middle is always of importance. And let's go down to the center. We join the 2 captains, the match referee, and our very own Damika for the toss.
Good morning to all. I'm at the center of Dharmapala College grounds, Panipitiya, Mercantile F Division T20 tournament. Another important game between Ceylon Tobacco and Ansell Lanka's Textile about to get underway. Our match referee for today's game to oversee the toss, Mr. Gamini Disanayaka, and 2 captains alongside me, Madhushan and Madhuranga. I think Madhushan got the coin. Time to give it a spin. Heads is the call. Tails it is. Madhushan වැදගත් කාසිය වාසියක් ඔබ මේ තරගයේ ජයග්‍රහණය කරේ. ඔබේ තීරණය?
අපි මුලින්ම පන්දුවල පහර දෙනවා.
ඔබ මේ තරගාවලිය ඉතාමත්ම හොඳින් දස්කම් දක්වලා තිනවා. අද තරගයේ ජයග්‍රහණය ඔබට ඊළඟ වටයට යාමට ඊට ප්‍රස්තාව සලසනවා. මොකද්ද ඔබ හිතන්නේ ගැන?
අපි මේ තරගයේ හොඳ තරගයක් දීලා ජයග්‍රහණය කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. සෙකන්ඩ් රවුන්ඩ් එකට ක්‍රීඩකයන්ගේ මානසිකත්වයත් හදාගෙන මේ තරගයේ හොඳ තරගයක් දීලා ජයග්‍රහණය කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා.
ලකුණු කීයක් වගේ බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවද තරගයේ මුලින් පන්දුර පහර දීලා?
170ක 175ක අතර ලකුණු ගානක් තමයි අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ මෙයාලට චේ කරන්න දෙන්න. හොඳ තරගයක් දෙන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන මේ තරගයේ.
සුබපතන හොඳ තරගයකට.
Thank you.
කාසිය වාසිය ජයග්‍රහණය කරා නම් ඔබත් පන්දුර පහර දෙන්නද බලාගෙන හිටියේ?
නෑ, අපි ඇත්තටම පන්දු යවන්න තමයි බලන් හිටියේ. අපේ ප්ලෑන් එක තිබුණේ මුලින් පන්දු යවන්න.
මේ තරගාවලියේ දක්ෂතාව ගැන මොකද්ද ඔබ හිතන්නේ මේ වෙද්දී?
ඇත්තටම අපි හොඳ තරගයක් දුන්නා. තරග කීපයක් අපි ඉතා හොඳ ෆයිට් එකක් දුන්නා. අපි මේක අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම දිනන්න ඕනේ. නෙක්ස්ට් රවුන්ඩ් එකට යන්නේ අපි උපරිම ෆයිට් එකක් දෙනවා.
කොයි වගේ ලකුණු ප්‍රමාණයකටද ඔබේ ප්‍රතිවාදීන් සීමා කිරීමට බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ?
අඩුම ගානේ 100 120 අතර තියාගන්න තමයි try කරන්නේ.
හොඳ තරගයට සුබපතනවා.
බොහොම ස්තුතියි. Thank you.
There you go, the news from the centre. Ansell Lanka winning the toss, had no hesitation in deciding to bat first.
Thank you so much, Damika. There we have the toss taken place. So Ansell Textiles are batting first. You talk to the umpires in the middle. Look at the 2 team cards. Ansell Textiles, Madhusan Sanjay, Akash Anjana, Chamod Chamatsara, Chanaka Veerasinghe, Lakshman Bandara, Nimesh Bandara, Niroshan Lakshant, and they've got our Kokulu Raj, Ravindra Kumar with Tisuru Fernando and Lasanta Niroshan making up the 11. And Ceylon Tobacco PLC, Amila Madhuranga along with Banuka De Silva, Inama Meen, Janita Premasiri, Lasanta Java, Matisha De Silva, Saman Vijay Ratna, Shian Rodrigo, Yasika Ranvan, Ranjit Srianta, and Hashan Vijay Sekra making up the Ceylon Tobacco Company PLC 11. Right, so the players in the middle with the umpires, the action about to unfold, 9:45 in the morning Sri Lanka time. And they've always been on time, the umpires. They come out. And also the 2 teams have given excellent cooperation to get this tournament up and running, because this is the Mercantile Cricket Association F Division T20 League Tournament 2026. And my word, the Mercantile Cricket Association, there's so much to organize these tournaments. They organize so many tournaments a year, and running tournaments on schedule and starting on time is one of the fortes that they've had, and they've really done an excellent job over the years to foster mercantile cricket. Right, we look at the field. One slip in place, backward point. along with the sweeper cover, extra cover, the mid-off and the offside. On the onside, a short fine leg, deep mid-wicket and the mid-on. And here's the first over coming up on the far end of the grounds to the right-hander. And let's see as to how they go. Away we go with Ansell Textile batting first. Right, so the umpire also checks out the scorers. Are you ready? A shake of the hands and he'll call play. And that's when the first ball will come up. Waiting for the umpire to call play. He's waiting for the clock to tick to 9:45 in the morning. That's their obligation to start on time, the umpires. The hand is still held out, stopping the bowler from coming in. So we're still not on 9:45, very close to that, I suppose. And here we go, he calls play. Short down the leg side. Trying to work it on the onside. Doesn't get back onto that. Perhaps it struck the pad on the way to the wicket keeper. Otherwise, it would have been called a wide. So Chamod and Akash opened the batting for Ansell Textile. Chamod, 23 matches. High score being 132, not out. Excellent. On the back foot, plays defensively out. A single being taken. That's good running. Putting the pressure on the field. The ball running out towards that gully region. So Chamod off the mark with a single. And Ansell Textiles are 1 for no wicket in the first over. Inam Amin, 22 matches. 3 for 19 is best figures. He's the bowler in operation. Picked up total of 12 wickets. We've seen him in action every single week for Ceylon Tobacco. Pulled over the bowler's head, down towards long off it goes. No stopping that, into the boundary for 4. Well, there we are. So it's very fast, these outfields. And when you get any back to it, past the fielder, it's certainly going to be 4 runs. So takes Ansell Textiles on to 5 for no wicket. We look at that again. There we go. And straight pull, in fact, swatted pull over the bowler's head for the boundary. So it's 5 for no wicket. So Chamod, the one occasion is on 4 at the moment, and here's Amin. This time played away on the onside, playing across the line from about the middle and off stump towards that mid-wicket position. Lovely morning here at Pandipitya at the Dharumpala College grounds. A lot of matches being played in the Mercantile Cricket Association F Division T20 League Tournament. We had 2 games played yesterday and 2 games down for decision today as well from this venue. Pulls this one, pulls it on the onside. But you only get a single this time. Didn't quite get hold of it. Takes the total down to 6 for no wicket. Akash is on 5, brings Chamod on 1 to take strike. Inam Amin into his first over. Played defensively. That's well bowled. Put the pressure on the batsman straight away. The first over completed. And Ansell Textiles, who won the toss and batted first, are 6 for no wicket after the first over. Right, so there's the batting card for Ansell Textiles. Chamod Chamatsara is still to score, as it says, but he has got 1, in fact. And Akash Anjana, he's on 6. He's got a boundary as well. So we're having problems with the scorecard at the bottom of the screen. Perhaps a few technical problems. It's got to be sorted out. And it will be sorted out. So we're talking about the weather conditions here in Pandipitya. It's a lovely morning. The sun behind some clouds. The comfort level for the players will be pretty high at the moment. We're so used to having that sun beaming down the grounds. It becomes so hot and humid. So second over about to get underway. Pulled on the onside. That's over the rope. Deep mid-wicket had no chance. Got 6, got maximum for that. And that's well struck. That was short outside the line of off stump. Waiting to be punished. And I really got a full bat on that. The timing was excellent. The placement was superb. And 6 runs to total. Look at that, how short that was. And the batsman had no problem in carting it over that boundary. 6 to the batting side. Little chat with the two batsmen. We're still waiting for our scorecard at the bottom of the screen to be updated. Perhaps a little technical problem going on the that. You've got one person just handling that alone. Driven past the bowler, but mid-off will tidy up, so there's no chance of a run. You've got to be spot on target. You can't bowl short and give the batsman width. They'll make minced meat out of you. They'll do that because these medium pace bowlers who operate and bowl short, they certainly have a problem. Driven down the track, bowler fields, one hand, no chance of a run. So we're talking about two matches for the day at this venue. The match in the afternoon at 2 o'clock is between Metropolitan Group and McLaren's Group. Played a miss outside the line of off stump. Right, Metropolitan Group played yesterday, the second match yesterday last evening, and won that match quite comfortably. So there'll be a good spirits to play that match today with McLaren's Group. So 2-2 for Metropolitan in these 2 days. That's the afternoon match coming up. But in the meantime, the morning match going on is Ansell Textile Lanka. Driven down the track, the bowler fields. And the Ceylon Tobacco Company. Right, there we are. Scorecard up and running. It's 12 for no wicket out of 1.4 overs. Matisha De Silva, none for 6. Akash is on double figures on 11. Chamod is on 1. We got one ball left in over number 2. Driven powerfully on the offside. Deep mid-off does the fielding. The batsman will cross for 1. That'll end the over. 2 overs completed. And Ansell Textiles move on to 13 for no wicket. With Akash on 12. Chamod on 1. And Matisha De Silva 1 over, none for 6. So cross-section view of Dharmapala grounds in Panipitia. This is a school ground. You can see the turf wickets as well, the dark green. And the turf wickets are used for their school matches. School season is full swing at the moment. We're coming to the tail end of the school games. And Dharampal is one of those teams that is always out to do well. Amin again. Down the leg side, wide called. That's a poor delivery from Inam Amin. Total up by one more. To 14 for no wicket is Ansell Textiles. Again a player missed this time outside the line of off stump. You've got to keep your eyes on the ball. The bat was nowhere near the ball. In other words, there was no way the batsman was going to make contact with the ball. Nicely played, but straight towards mid-off. They had to run through for 1. Because mid-off is standing rather deep, so gives them plenty of time to cross over for a single. Towards the total of 15 for no wicket. Ansell Textiles. We're in over number 3 at the moment. Again, behind problems with that little scorecard at the bottom of your screen. Outside the line of off stump. Shoulders, arms. Dot ball. It's a quiet start here for Ansell Textiles, who won the toss, needed to bat first. Ceylon Tobacco under pressure at the moment to pick up wickets. Walks into that, plays it gently on the offside to backward point, picks up the single as well. That's excellent cricket to pick up the single. So Ansell Textiles moving along with singles at the moment. They wouldn't mind it. Pulled, uppishly, caught. That's well held. Two fielders were off it. They almost crashed into each other. That's the backward point and the short third man. But in the end, Sena Council prevailed and one of them got their hands to it and took the catch. That's the most dangerous thing you can do without calling when you go for catches, and especially when two fielders go for it. And there we are, so the first wicket down. Look at that. Driven thick edge out towards that backward point region. Look at the two fielders. Both had their hands stretched out, but the short third man got there first. He got the catch going. And, of course, Ansell Textiles lose their first wicket. One down at the moment. So early wickets certainly puts pressure on the batting side. We've seen this so many times in this tournament. Early wickets sometimes in the first over. Yesterday we saw 3 wickets fall in the first over. So we've got one ball left maybe in this over. And the new man walks in. Similar field to another right-hander. The short third man, the backward point. The sweeper cover, extra cover in the mid-off. On the onside, short fine leg. Deep mid-wicket, a mid-wicket, and a deep mid-on. Played defensively. Looks for one, sent back by his partner. That length the overs. So there we are, 3 overs completed. And of course, Ansell Textiles have lost 1 wicket in these 3 overs and looking to rebuild this innings. Today is Sunday the 15th, important day in Sri Lanka's cricket calendar. A big game coming up at 7 o'clock this evening at the Premadasa when India take on Pakistan. What a match that's going to be. Sold out is the word from the two boards. We're going to see at least about 20,000 people on the grounds. Appeal but turned down. Dot ball. And the news that's coming out from around Colombo area is that there have been a lot of forged tickets sold online. People have been gullible to buy those tickets, paid lots of money for them as well. So they'll be denied entry to get into the grounds because the forged tickets are not the ICC tickets. Down the track, beaten. Appeal, but what the appeal was all about, I really wouldn't know because the wicketkeeper didn't collect the ball cleanly. It missed the leg stump, that's for sure. Now the batsmen have a word. You got to be patient. You got to really look at the ball up to the bat. You can't really be swinging the bat all the time. Well played. Soft hands, single been taken. That's what you should be doing to rotate the strike. There's no sense in playing those big shots, expansive drives, if you're not going to connect them. So we're talking about the India-Pakistan game coming up at 7 o'clock this evening. And we understand that the gates will be opened from 11 o'clock this morning for spectators to start moving to the grounds because I think a lot of checking will go on. Played on the onside, another single being taken. That's good cricket. Intelligent cricket, picking the gaps on the onside. And of course, in this match, you won't have the bands in the grounds. They're not allowed. There'll be silence. No spectator can take in any refreshments as well. Lots of regulations and rules for this game, understandably so. Stops in his tracks. And I'll be watching a little piece that both teams have brought their own chefs to Colombo. Can understand why. Down the leg side, wide called, half-hearted appeal. He thought he got some bat to it. Well, there was no bat, but it was a wide. We're still having a little problem with that graphic at the bottom of the screen. Hoping that will be rectified soon. A few technical problems come from time to time. Look at that down the leg side. The batsman was walking outside the off stump. Well bowled. Quicker one into the right hander. Played defensively. Ceylon Tobacco realized that you've got to bowl straight. You've got to make the batsman play. Don't give them half trackers and balls outside the line of off stump where they can free their arms and play shots. Don't bowl short as well. Driven on the offside. Getting a hand to it was that backward point fielder. Now the over comes to an end. So the fourth over comes to an end. It's 16 for no wicket. Ansell Textiles. As the field crosses over for a new over to start up. 20 overs per side. If you're just joining our live telecast of all action from Panipitia, we welcome you and say good morning to you and hope you'll enjoy the coverage, all our pictures, our commentary, and the matches itself. And we thank you for your company right throughout this tournament and the previous tournaments organized by the Mercantile Cricket Association as well. It's good to know that you have been around with us. Much appreciated. Played a miss. Well bowled, Amin. Smile on his face. Almost got the edge of the bat. That's what a bowler looks for, to beat a batsman, get the edge. No addition to the total, 16 for no wicket. Pulled this time on the onside. That's a great shot. There's no fielder at deep mid wicket. Into the boundary it goes a 4. Amin dropped it short. Batsman made full use of that. We talked about that a moment ago. Don't bowl short. Look at that. It stood up for the batsman to pull it. Made no mistake about it. And the opening overs, when you're in the power play overs, you're certainly not going to have so much of fielders on boundaries. Nicely played. Just works it on the onside towards mid-wicket for a single. So Ansell Textiles, who won the toss, elected to bat first. They're on 21 for no wicket, 25 for no wicket. There we are. Scoreboard back up and running. Chamod on 8 and Tisuru on 1. Almost held the bat out, a limp bat was Tisuru. You don't do that. You either shoulder arms or you go hard at it, because he could have very easily taken the edge and gone to the wicket keeper. There was no stroke in that, in fact. Trying to pull it on the onside, too high. Half-hearted appeal. 25-1. Ansell Textiles winning the toss and batting first. Run rate is 5.17. Driven up history. Fielded mid-off, can't get that into the boundary for 4 at long off. That's well struck indeed. The moment it beats the fielder, it's into the boundary. That length the over as well. So 5 overs completed. We look at the shot again. There we go. Lofted on the offside. And well away from the fielder. There was no chance about that. And just raced away to the boundary. So 29 for 1 after 5 overs. Tisura is on 5. Chamod is on 9. And Amin, 3 overs, 1 for 18. Run rate is 5.80. Change voices at the moment. Next 5 overs, it'll be Damika.
Thank you so much, Eric. That's our good friend, Eric Gowda, renowned cricket commentator. Mercantile F Division T20 encounter. Group B in focus. Skipper Amila Maduranga is into the attack. Experienced campaigner, 53 matches, 53 wickets, 4 for 23. Very decent average and economy. Wayward delivery down the leg side. 5 additional runs to the total. I was about to say they just managed to keep the opposition under check to a certain degree. But Skipper coming onto the attack just maybe slip out of his hands. Wicketkeeper had absolutely no opportunities. 5 additional runs and once again up and running. Ansell Textiles played 4 matches, won 3. That's a good delivery. Nice shape in towards the batsman. They anyway picking up a single. Maduranga was very keen on winning the toss and deciding to bowl first. But the Ansell Lanka skipper winning the toss, deciding to bat first. They eventually got what they wanted, going for a single. And that was very close. Sends in a good return for the batter. He was vigilant. Inam, Amin and Matisha got in few good overs here and there, conceding boundaries. But Amila Maduranga losing the initiative. They've been keeping things under control for a period. With that 7 runs off 3 deliveries, now immediately found themselves under a little bit of pressure. Going into this game, Ansell Textiles, the favourites, based on their performances. That's a good piece of bowling. Cramping the batsman up. Chamod anyway playing a gentle dab down the leg side and gets another single. At this stage, projected scores not too bad, 135. This ground, 160, bare minimum. Oh, that's a poor piece of bowling. Got no protection in the deep. Down the leg side, and Tisura Fernando, one of the centurions of this tournament, ably benefiting. Just lift it away over deep backward square leg region. Says thank you so much, just like that. So he's a dangerous customer. It's just about try and get him out as quickly as possible. Otherwise, things will become a little too tough. Right now, Ansell, despite losing a wicket, well in control, 41 runs. 6th over in progress. Things going according to a plan. Once again, gentle in-swinger. Right arm, gentle medium. Amila Maduranga was very keen on bowling. So that's the completion of Amila Maduranga's over. Very expensive one conceded. So, yes, yet another delivery come. In his first over, didn't start it off all that well. Already given away 12 runs. That's not good. Caught away. They've got protection. Just 2 fielders. Oh, they decided to go for a single in the second run initially. And the non-striker wasn't ready, just maybe slipped. 13 runs of Amila Maduranga's first over after 6, 43 for 1. They got a strong batting lineup. Wicketkeeper Lakshant, Niroshan, Lakshant coming in next. Kokul Raj scored decent amount of runs. And skipper coming in at number 6. Goes to tell you they got batting depth. 8 extras already. We are into the sixth over. And that's not good. Conceding too many extras in this format, in this division, and in this tournament in particular, you're not going to do too well. It's about bowling, tight lines and lengths, and get the batters to do something out of the ordinary. Wayward once again, just maybe striving for a little bit of in-swing. Inam Amin, decent figures, 3 overs, 19 for 1. Started off really well. First over, he conceded a boundary, then came back really strong. Kept the batsman honest and picked up a wicket in the process. Always good to see. They won just a game. Lost 3 matches out of 4. That's good hands. Let the ball come on to you. Work the way towards sweeper cover region. Gets another single. First power play done. Maduranga with a chance of deploying 5 fielders in the deep. You will expect a quiet period, at least 2-3 overs. That's good bowling. On a good length, Thisura initially shaping up for a big shot down the ground. Realizing there is a bit of movement, got behind the line of the delivery, negotiated safely. Got it over the infield. No need to run. This outfield lightning fast. We've seen that time and time again. It's just a matter of getting it over the infield. It's exactly what Thisura Fernando did. Too much room outside the off stump. Way too short. You're extending the invitation, and Thisura Fernando. There are 4 centurions during this tournament. This man on your screen is one of them. Batted beautifully. And apart from scoring that century, not too many runs. That's interesting. Good all-rounder. There you go. He likes that shot. Oh, that's a poor piece of fielding. Error of judgment. Just maybe. Ball spun as it bounced in front of the fielder. And fielder lets it go. Poor by any standards in any division. You should be supporting your bowlers in any given opportunities. Fuller down the ground. There is protection in the deep. It'll be tough time for the fielders in the deep. This man, Thisura Fernando. Aggressive mindset. Always on the lookout for runs. Always on the lookout for boundaries. And Chamod, meanwhile, 13 of 17. Coming down the track and check his shot. I initially thought he was about to go over the mid-wicket fielder. Intelligently played and got 2 runs. Very expensive over. Inam completes his 4th. 31 runs conceded. 58 for 1 after 7. 56 for 1 in fact. Thisura Fernando not out on 19, 12 deliveries, 4 boundaries. That's the worry. Chamatsara, very decent, maintaining a strike rate of 83.33. 9 extras, not ideal. Tobacco into their 8th over. It's about discipline. Teams who've been disciplined have done very well. The likes of Power Hand, Plantation, 8 Conspens, Camera LK, H&B Assurance, some of the favorites in this tournament, already booked their place in the quarter-final round. Very, very interesting second round coming up. There will be few exciting matches, and Sporty.lk ready to bring them all. 8th over, just about to start, and skipper brought another bowling change. Gentle medium, short. This time, he did a good job. Right at the edge of the boundary, pulling it back, conceded just a single. Skipper down at the boundary. Amila Maduranga hoping for improved performance during this game. Things really didn't went according to a plan. There you go. Not bending enough. He had the opportunity of grabbing that one and go for a shy at the stumps. Just maybe not being vigilant. Straight to the fielder. And against the run-off play, that was there to be hit. A lucky day. I can tell you he's smiling. And he's got all the reason to be happy about that. A Centurion, danger man, Thisura Fernando, out for 19. Not exactly where he intended to hit that one. He was trying to hit it over the infield. Outside edge, out of part of the bat. And Ina Mamin takes a good catch. Another wicket goes down. Important breakthrough. Crucial breakthrough against the run-off play. Thisura and Chamod starting to feel comfortable, starting to feel good. Regular boundaries. Now the partnership is being broken. This is important. It's about staying within touching distance. If you let the opposition off the hook, they will definitely take the initiative and dictate terms on you. Quite clearly the favorites based on results. Now the right-hander into the crease and immediately gets off the mark. Always like to see this. Batters from time to time arriving at the crease, taking a while to get off the mark, eating up too many deliveries. This is definitely not the sort of a format you can spend time in the middle to settle down. Once again, room outside the off stump. There is protection. Should only be a single. Not the most fluent team when it comes to their fielding inside the ring as well as down at the boundary. They got no options but to keep their fielding levels high. Nicely driven straight to the fielder. Once again, not bending enough. Fielder in the deep had to do all the work coming around and quite easily two being taken. Fairly decent over. They managed to pick up a wicket. 8 done. As you all know by now, this tournament with a participation of 24 teams divided into 4 groups. All of them very tough. Few very good teams. Few excellent players already raised their hands up and given out a message that they are ready. They are here to win the title. Mercantile F division. As we go down divisions, number of teams taking part increases. Stacked division, 24 teams. Level of competition is very, very high. Looks like we got another bowling change. 62 for 2 and 8 overs done. Short delivery, feeling the deep, coming around. Did a good job. they can keep that level of fielding, I'm sure, give themselves the opportunity of restricting the opposition to a manageable score. Right now, 62 runs. They're just about maintaining 7.75. That's very good. Samantha Vijayaratne, 4 for 42. That's his best. Very good average, I can tell you. Anything around 20 considered very good average. And looks like an experienced campaigner, Saman Vijayaratne. Into his first over, always the way you start setting the tone for the rest of the spell was short enough. Very strong cutter and puller. Very strong when it comes to horizontal bat shots. Who's on 18 now? Initially, started off brisk pace. Now seems to have settled down, understanding the importance of not conceding too many wickets. Vijayaratne generously tossed it up. Wicket keeper wasn't vigilant. And trying out a little bit of footballing skills. Luckily, two batters not deciding to go for the second. That's an excellent piece of bowling by Saman Vijayaratne. Tossed it up. Batsman deceived. Moving in front. That forward press. He was out of the crease. Now the opportunity gone a begging. Flatter. So he's got variations. Looks like a very clever bowler. Only conceded 4 runs, 4 deliveries. Goes to tell you that he will have to do really, really well in this middle passage. 160, 170, definitely chaseable. But if you let the opposition off the hook and let them go past 200, that will be very tough. Oh, that's a sharp spinning delivery. Jump up like a spitting cobra. Very good over. Just 5 runs off. 9 done. 67 for 2. Roshan and Chamod, 2 batters out in the middle. Now they're going to need to stitch out a decent enough partnership. It's about laying out a solid foundation. We've seen teams who managed to do that did very, very well during this tournament. Off the back foot, going for a sharp single. Excellent. Good cricket all round. Wasn't the bad piece of bowling. In line with the stumps, sharp in-swinger. Batsman gotten behind the line, gentle dab. And always important, ticking the scoreboard over. This is the 10th over in progress. Oh, that's a good delivery. Right onto the block hole, and batter just about managing to bring the bat down. This is excellent bowling. If you do that 5 times out of 6 in your over, oh, that's poor. Poor follow-up delivery. After that excellent delivery on the block hole, he decided to bowl short, and this man not going to need the second invitation. Rock back, swatted away over Dick Packford square leg region for a huge 6. So he's in good form now, good rhythm, always matters. I just mentioned about laying out a solid foundation after 9.2. It's a good position to be in. They have as many as 8 wickets in hand. Set batsmen always do the job. We've seen that right throughout this tournament. 4 centurions, number of half centurions, good partnerships, very good tournament, well organized and very well conducted by Mercantile Cricket Association. As we are reaching the end of the first round, once again outside the off stump, gets it over the fielder. Inam wasn't vigilant. He definitely had the opportunity, just maybe picked it late, and as a result, got it over the fielder, got another boundary. Bowler trying out all the variations, in-swingers, out-swingers, fuller deliveries, shorter deliveries, and From time to time, taken the tap. Very expensive over, already conceded 11 runs. He's into his second over, just about to complete it, and already conceded 17. This is not good. A moment ago, we saw a very good delivery, a Yorker length delivery. Batters definitely were put under trouble. 79 for 2. This is a good position to be in. Just about continuing to do the same, scoring 8, maybe 9 and over till the 15th, and thereafter going for full Monty. Lasantha Jayawardena, ideally suited in this format. Gentle seamers, quite a few of them tasted great deal of success. There you go. It's just about keeping it there and thereabout. They somehow managed to pick up another single. Makes it a very expensive over, already 12 runs off with the delivery to come. Niroshan on 8 and Chamod looks very good. Now scoring better than a runner ball, which is the key in this format. T20s is about momentum and confidence. If you feel confident, you will definitely succeed in innovation, playing those cheeky shots. Oh, very close to the off stump. Gentle Dab gets another single. Expensive over, 13 runs off, 10 done, 81 for 2.
Right, so here we are. We reached the halfway stage of this innings. Certainly Ansell Textiles, who won the toss and elected to bat first, 81 for 2. Run rate is 8.1210. It's a good run rate. They've still got 8 wickets in hand and 10 overs to go. Could they go past that 170 mark? That's what they'll be trying. Projected score is 162, but 170, 180, very much on the cards for Ansell. New starts up. First ball, stick outside edge, played to a short third man. Single always on the cards. The moment it's played to any point of the ground, which is close to the bat, the batsman pick up a single. So Chamod goes on to 30 of 27, brings Niroshan on. Chamod is now on strike on 30. Niroshan's on 10. There we are. Got the edge, wicketkeeper took the catch quite comfortably behind. Wicket for Samod, the man who's been scoring the runs. He departs. And that's another big wicket for Ceylon Tobacco. They'll be elated about that because Chamod was a danger man in the batting card. There we go. Look at that. The little edge. Heard the edge up to here, so there's no doubt about it. Look at the ball appealing to the umpire and the finger came up straight away. Batsman didn't hesitate. He knew that he had got the edge. So 82 for 3 is the total for Ansell Textiles, who won the toss. He'll to bat first. So Shayan Rodrigo, the wicketkeeper, took the catch. And there we are, Saman Vijayaratne, 1 for 7 from 1.2 overs. He's done the trick for them. They'll need to pick up a few more wickets, Ceylon Tobacco. They can't let the batsman off the hook for them to score runs very freely. That's what this game is all about. And we remember yesterday, Metropolitan had a very easy win yesterday in a match played in the afternoon. So they're playing back-to-back matches, Metropolitan. They'll be out in the afternoon as well, seeing their another game, and they'll complete their 5 matches this afternoon. And let's see as to where they'll end up on the points table. But in the meantime, the game between Ceylon Tobacco, struggling at the bottom of the table, and also with Ansell Textiles. There's the batting card. Chamat Sarame 30 and Anjana 13. Sisura Fernando making 20. Niroshan Lakshanta is on 10. He's faced 8 balls, 9 extras. There's a lot of extras, in fact, in the 10.2 overs. And look at the bowling card. Inam Amin, who's opened the bowling for Ceylon Tobacco. His bowled is 4 overs out, 1 for 31. Matisha De Silva, none for 11 from 2. Madhuranga, no wicket for 13 of 1. Jayawardena has picked up 1 wicket for 19 of 2. And Saman Vijayaratne also picked up 1 wicket for 7 in 1.2 overs. The follow wicket 16, 58 and 82. Right, so RK, the new man who walks out to take strike to Saman Vijayaratne. Full toss driven on the offside. Mid-off gets a hand to it. Does well to take the sting of the ball, in fact. Our Kokula Raj plays soft hands. Towards point for a single, so Kokula Raj is off the mark with one. We've seen this so often that the ball that's played towards that point region or square leg, even the fielders are quite close, they still pick up a single. A message out there for all the batsmen. Another run being taken, this time played to extra cow for a single. By in the 11th over, it's 83 for 3 after 10.4. Niroshan is on strikes on 10. Saman Vijayaratne 1 for 8 from 1.4 overs. Again, thick edge, down to short third man. Single being taken again. Excellent running. Could be overthrows. Well, they're not going. As deep mid-wicket covers up and does the fielding. You've got to be careful on the returns to the keeper or the bowler. You can't overthrow and let the batsman get extra runs. Don't forget, it's a T20 game, and lots of things will happen in T20. You can lose the plot more or less. So there we are, 11 overs completed. And of course, Ansell Textiles are 85 for 3 after 11. Niroshan is on 11, RK on 2, and Vijayaratne 2 overs, 1 for 10 his figures, current run rate 7.73. Right, so here we are. Another over starting up. 85 for 3. Ansell Textiles after 11 overs. Run rate is 7.73. Jabodhana. Played towards mid-off for a single. It was in the air for a while, but it dropped short, well short of the mid-off fielder. So one more Niroshan takes him to 11. 85 for 3 is the total for Ansell Textiles. Again off the back foot, opens the face of the bat, runs it down towards that point region for a single again. As long as they keep the scoreboard moving, you've got to pick up singles. The big shots will come as well in between. And that's the right thing that Niroshan and RK are doing at the moment. Oh, full toss. Hit away. Straight down the ground. 6. You can't afford to bowl full tosses. The batsman will make full advantage of that. And there we are, the 6 coming in straight away for Metropolitan Textiles. Look at that again. There's that full toss. Taken away on the offside over that extra cover fielder. The fielders didn't move. 93 for 3 is Ansell Textiles after 11.3 overs. So RK, he moves on to 9 of 5 balls. Jabodhana 1 for 27 from 2.3. Opens the face of the bat, runs it down towards the backward point for one more run. Again in the air for a while, but very safe. It drops short of any fielder. 93 for 3 after 11.3. Or it should be 94 in fact. Another one edged down to short third man. Another single being taken. That's good running. Excellent running between the wickets. 94 for 3 after 11.4. 9 runs of this over so far from Lasantha Jayawardene into his third. 1 for 32 his figures. Pulled away again on the offside. Long off picks up inside the boundary. The batsmen come back for 2. That's well run. Excellent running. Putting the pressure on the fielder as well. The return was a good one to the bowler. Just over the stumps. But in the meantime, the batsmen are certainly home. And there we go. Another over completed. The 12th over has been completed. And we have Ansell Textiles on 97 for 3 after 12 overs. RK on 12, Niroshan on 13. Lasant Javardhana, 3 overs, 1 for 31. Current run rate 8.08. So very pleasant conditions here in Panipiti for this match. The first match of 2 being played, the T20 tournament, Mercantile Cricket Association F Division T20 League Tournament 2026. The sun is behind some clouds and it's very comfortable for the players as well. There's no great breeze blowing across the grounds, but at least you don't have the hot sun beaming down on the grounds. That's the advantage. It'll be comfortable for the players. And here's a new over, the last over from Jayawardene. Opens the face of the bat again, runs it out towards extra cover for a single. Always taking a single when the ball is played out. On the offside, onside. Takes RK on 12 of 7, brings Niroshan on 13 of 11 to take strike. 97 for 3 in the 13th. Again played with soft hands. Good running between the wickets, excellent shot in fact, out towards that mid-off extra cover region. Again, the soft hands just pushed out in the front of him. And they pick up another single. They want 2, but 1 will do. That's good running. Excellent running between the wickets. Putting the pressure on the bowler as well. 99 for 3 out of 12.2. So Niroshan on strike. He's on 14. RK is on 13 at the non-strikers end. Oh, lofted on the onside. That's big. Just gone a long way over the boundary. The fielder had no chance. He's trying to locate the ball now and brings up the 100 as well for Ansell Textiles. 105 for 3 after 12.4 overs. And that was well struck indeed. So the umpires are calling for another ball. There we go. Look at that. What a shot that was. The timing perfect. The placement excellent. And the hands go up straight away from the umpire. RK moves on to 19 very quickly of 9 balls. 8.37 the run rate. So a ball tossed to the bowler as well. Saman Vijayaratne. 2.4 overs, 1 for 19 his figures. Again pushed out of the offside single towards backward point. This has been a feature of the running between the wickets. Anything played towards backward point, or short third man has always resulted in a single being taken. Looking so that they'll get some overthrows going as well. Again, nicely pushed out. Soft hands on the offside, single. Excellent batting. Right, so in the over, 13 completed. And of course, Ansell Textiles are 108 for the loss of 3 wickets after 13 overs. RK is on 21, Niroshan on 16, Saman Vijayaratne 3 overs, 1 for 21 his figures. The projected score is 166. They'll want to go past that for sure, Ansell Textiles. Their run rate at the moment is 8.31. They'll want to climb that to about 9 and over. New over starting up from the commentary box end. Field well spread. Plenty of boundary riders, in fact. On the onside, we have 3 boundary riders. On the off, we got 2. Nicely played. Off the back foot, cut away down to a sweeper by RK. So RK very much into his stride. A man fielding at that short third man now moves across for the right-hander towards that point region. So backward point, a point, extra cover, sweeper cover, and long off on the offside. That's a wide. That's poor. Umpire calls it wide as well. We're now into the 14th over. So you must settle in. You can't keep bowling wides. Madhuranga into his second over. 1.2 overs at the moment, and none for 15 his figures. So the bails and the wickets have to be reset by the umpire because the wicketkeeper broke the wickets thinking that the batsman's out of the crease, but not to be. Right, all set. We're going to resume the action. Madhuranga once again. Going for the cut shot. Doesn't make contact. Wicketkeeper collects. Very easily you can get a nick to those type of deliveries. You've got to be really careful going for that cut shot. You must ride on top of it. That's what it's all about. Lofted again. It doesn't really carry to a field. It goes along the ground in the end because it was not well connected, but they'll pick up one more run. Takes Ansell Textiles on to 110 or 111 for 3. 13.4 overs completed. Run rate is 8.12. Played out to the offside. Extra cover has come in a few steps, so it prevents that single being taken. That's good thinking from the captain of Ceylon Tobacco to move the fielder in. Lofted on the offside again. One bounce the fielder at a sweeper cover. They'll pick up one more run. That'll end the over as well. So 14 overs completed. And Ansell Textiles are 112 for 3. Niroshan is on 18 of 17. RK is on 21 of 13. Amila Madhuranga, 2 overs, none for 17. Current run rate is 8. Look at that scorecard for Ansell Textiles. They opened with Chamatsara and Anjana. They put on a little partnership. Chamatsara was batting well. 1 6 and 2 4s went for 30. Anjana went for 13, the 6 and a 4. And Tisul Fernando was out for 24 boundaries. And now this partnership for the fourth wicket yielding runs. Lakshanta on 18 and Kokulu Raj is on 21. And there's the bowling figures. Amin opened the bowling, 1 for 31, picked up the first wicket to fall. De Silva none for 11. Madhuranga none for 17. Jayawardena also turned his arm over. So Mathisa De Silva to bowl his third over, the 15th of the innings. And Ansell Textiles are 112 for 3 after 14 overs. Going nicely. They should play sensible cricket from now on. They can't afford to lose wickets. But they've got to restart again partnerships. Very short, played with soft hands. Nicely played. Single being taken. Excellent running. Just helped it on its way towards that onside position. That shot made wicket. Good call. Good response on the non-striker to come back for this, to come out for the single. This is good cricket. So Niroshan on 19 brings RK on 21 on strike. Nicely played on the offside. That's into the boundary straight away. There's no stopping that. What a shot that was. A classic shot from RK. Left the fielders standing. None of them moved into the boundary for 4. Look at that for a shot. Timing was perfect. The placement was excellent. And the ball just raced away to the boundary. 117 for 3. Wide, outside the line of off stump, outside the tram line. So the umpire, yes, called it wide, quite correctly so. Found RK trying to reach for that, but couldn't get back to it. So 118 for 3 after 14.2 overs. Mathisa De Silva, none for 17 from 2.2. Played to short fine leg. That's well fielded, but they'll get one. The ball traveling quickly down there. And as you said, very fast outfields all over Colombo and outside Colombo, those regions. Because there's been no rain for perhaps about a week, 10 days. We had a short, sharp shower a few days ago, but didn't really bring life to the outfield or the grass. Driven on the offside, dropped at sweeper cover. That should have been taken. That was a straightforward catch down the throat of the sweeper cover fielder. You need to take those catches. Got into his hands and split out. We look at that again. There's the shot being played outside the line of off stump. Sweeper. There we go. Gets his hands to it. Just pops out. That's poor fielding. You need to take those catches. So in the meantime, Ansell Textiles gets 2 more. They move up to 121 for 3 after 14.4. Niroshan on 21. So Matisha De Silva's figures have been spoilt with that drop catch, 2.4 overs, not for 20. Thick edge, past third man, down to the boundary for 4. Short third man had no chance in that, as Niroshan was going for a big drive, got the thick edge, and the ball flew off the bat. Down to third man for 4, just under us where we are. So useful runs, in fact, for Ansell Textiles, that boundary. 125 for 3 after 14.5. So really heading towards about a 170, 180 mark is Ansell Textiles. Now the short third man moves down towards the full third man position. Driven again out towards the long off. They'll pick up 1 for that. And that'll end the overs. So 15 overs completed. And Ansell Textiles move up to 126 for the loss of 3 wickets. Niroshan on 26. RK is on 26 as well. And Matisha De Silva, 3 overs done for 25. The projected score is over 168. And this is good going from Ansell Textiles. Won the toss, he'll be back first. And there's the scorecard or the partnerships at the moment. So solid partnerships for the third and the fourth wicket so far. And 11 extras in this total. Right, so to take it through to the end of this innings, it's your friend and mine who's going to join you with all the ball-by-ball coverage of action. And so over to Dhamika.
Thank you, Eric. It looks like Ansell Textiles, they've laid a solid foundation with 7 wickets in hand. Both Gokul Raj and Niroshan trying to go on the attack. Matisha De Silva, previous over was a very expensive one, 15 runs off. Here's the skipper, gentle medium, slowing it down. Those 2 fielders were kept busy. Short third and backward point. Very busy regions according to the bowling patterns of Amila Maduranga. Trying to give some room outside the off stump inner part of the bat. They pick up a single. At this stage, Ceylon Tobacco shouldn't worry too much about conceding singles. It's about preventing boundaries. Just a moment ago we saw a simple chance going down. That's good bowling. Not providing too much of room outside the off stump. You got predominantly strong offside field. 2 deep fielders, long off, sweeper cover, and 3 fielders inside the 30-yard circle. That should be taken. There are no fielders, unfortunately. Just a moment ago I mentioned this is a strong offside field. And as a result, coming back for the second, Gokul Raj tried to blast that one on the onside. Was short enough. Just maybe tried to hit it too hard and losing the shape of his shot. Fortunately, there are no fielders. Had there been a short, fine leg fielder, that's a good delivery. On a block hole, push it down the ground and gets a single. Decent over so far. If he can get it done with conceding no boundaries. That'll do it. 4 deliveries, 5 runs, 2 more to come. Amila Maduranga was looking very determined at the toss he mentioned. They're trying their best. Good end to the over. Third by Amila Maduranga. Just 6 runs off. Very good stuff. After 16, 132 for 3. Ansell Textiles have given themselves an opportunity of getting close to 180. That will be a very good score. Pass score 160, get close to 180. You'll find the opposition under pressure right away. Amila Maduranga completes another good over. Not the best piece of bowling, and it was a knock by the fielder. 2 batters not very keen on going for the second. Came off the pads, it seems. Yes, the call by the umpire. Tilak Rohana and Vasanta Mallavarachi. Vasanta Vanyarachi, in fact. Askaya had enough and goes all the way. This is what he is capable, Niroshan. He was quiet, was patient to start with. Now he's launching. Going after the bowling, coming down the track. Beautiful bat swing. Gets it over. Straight over the bowler's head, in fact. This is fabulous stuff. Onslaught is on. That's a good delivery. Saman Vijayaratna taken a stick during his third over. This is his final over. Overall, bowled really well. Experienced campaigner. Knows exactly where to bowl, inviting the batters to take the risk. Almost always outside the off stump. Good speed variations. That's a quicker delivery. He's a clever operator. It's just that the fielders isn't providing the necessary support. There you go. Coming back for the second straight to the fielder. Not going to make the skipper happy about that. 140 runs already on the board. And just over 3 overs still remaining. And 2 dangerous players, Kokul Raj, Nirosh, both of them well settled. That's well bowled. I mentioned about his subtle variations. Really nice rhythmic action, nice approach, and good arm action. High release position. There you go. Goes down the ground. Absolutely no opportunities for the fielders, and both of them looking at each other. Long on and long off fielders. But that was right between them. Excellent placement. Kokul Raj is on the move. There you go. Couldn't have placed any better. 17 down, 146 for 3. Three more overs remaining. If they go 15 and over, they could get close to 200. 180, definitely within their reach. Niroshan on 35, Kokul Raj on 36, and Kokul Raj being the aggressor. 22 deliveries, 36, and lately Niroshan has been picking up pace down the ground. Just a single. And that's poor fielding. Played straight at the fielder and taken him a while to send in the return. And Niroshan and Kokul Raj took the opportunity, took the first run very, very quickly. As a result, getting the second quite easily at the end. slowed it down. Lasantha Jayawardena is a very good bowler, but I'm starting to think whether he goes on to do too many variations. One after the other, out swingers, in swingers, fuller deliveries, shorter deliveries, and eventually make things all that easier for Ansell Textile batters, these two in particular. That's a powerful blow down the ground, should only be a single this time. 150, still 149, third delivery coming up. That's good bowling. Try to find the block hole and another fumble. But the two batters this time decided against it. 150 runs on the board. Things looking up for Ansell Textiles. Played 4, won 3, and looks very good to win another game. That'll do it. He's a clever operator. I mentioned that already. Picks up a very important wicket. Kokul Raj, very dangerous. Already picked up number of boundaries. Gone for 37. They should ideally use this opportunity. There you go. Quicker delivery. Outside the off stump. Batsman advancing down the track, paying the price. But Kokul Raj, I thought, done the job. 37. Just 24 deliveries. Well stumped by Shihan Rodrigo. Lasantha Jayawardena picks up his first wicket.
Here's a special announcement. The owner of vehicle number CBC 8045. CPC. CB or CP? CBP 8045. CBP 8045, the vehicle owner, please, could you please move your vehicle? It's blocking another vehicle that needs to go out from the grounds.
This is not a PA. This is not public. This is not a public announcement. Nobody hears it. No point.
Unless somebody is watching on YouTube. No?
I'm from the Department of Examination. And this is the examination center. We are for the A-level students to do some marking. Oh, sorry. I'm not disturbing.
I'll tell you what.
I just told to him.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, that was well taken. Short enough, wide enough, but he pays the price. Gone aerial, straight to the fielder. Another one bites the dust. These wickets definitely help to pull things back for Ceylon Tobacco. After completing that over, he was limping. Excellent over, picked up 2 wickets. 18 done, 151 for 4. By losing wickets now, Ansell Textile losing a little bit of shape, but they've got few big hitters coming down the order. That's the final dismissal. Short enough. As usual, gone aerial, finds a fielder, well taken, neat work. 5 down, 151 for 5 after 18. Ceylon Tobacco, they should utilize this opportunity to slip in few economical overs, 2 overs remaining. And now they drag things back a little bit. 180 was on. Now it seems a little difficult. Just 2 overs remaining, 2 new batters in the crease. It's always difficult. On the block hole, will they come back for the second? No, they won't. They manage to continue to do this. They will definitely keep things under a little bit of control. 151, 152 in fact now. We are in the 19th over. Very important passage. Lasantha Jayawardena by picking up 2 wickets, completing his spell. 4 overs, 3 for 36. Left-hander on strike. Plenty of deep fielders and plenty of adjustments. Now they brought up a fielder inside and deployed a different fielder. Very interesting bowling action. Nice approach. Slammed it straight to the fielder. They still managed to pick up a single. At this stage, they will go for anything. 152. Just about a couple of meters short of the fielder. Very important stage. Bit of a psychological victory if they manage to keep them under 180. Oh, that's a lethargic piece of wicket keeping. He should have got his body behind the line of the delivery, but instead lets it go. It's a good piece of bowling, but unfortunately, that's not the way to do it. He immediately apologizes, but unfortunately, all too late. 8.35 is the run rate. Now once again, Ansell getting a move on. Struck well. Just a single. So that's a costly boundary. Matisha De Silva given away 27 runs. That's the previous delivery. Just about few inches away from him. Very tough, those catchers. On your follow through. De Silva given away 28 runs. 2 more deliveries remaining. Fuller length. Block hole. The way to go. That'll do it. Excellent piece of bowling and wicket keeper for no reason throwing the stumps down, and 2 batters took the opportunity, got another single quite easily. A leg by. Given away 8 runs, things would have been even better had that piece of wicket keeping wasn't there. He wasn't bending. Just let it go. That one struck really well and goes a long distance. There you go. Rub salt onto the wound. Could have been a good over, but unfortunately, by conceding a boundary, completes his spell. 34 runs were given away, and that's the mighty whack over mid-wicket region. Goes a long way. Way to go. The momentum is on Ansell Textile. 19 done. Final over comes up. They had partnerships right from the beginning. Those are not bigger partnerships, just 40 runs, 20 runs, 14 runs. That'll do it. And the batters, Lakshant on 47, 3 short of a very well-compiled half-century. Batted so well, 33 runs. Skipper deciding to roll his arm over. This is the final over. An edge. And taken. Crucial dismissal, I can tell you. 165 for 5. 10, maybe 15 runs in the final over will definitely allow them to get close to 180. That'll be very tough. Madhuranga come back into the attack. Outswinger, nice shape. Good seam position and short third fielder. Took a very good catch. 6 down now. They got the bowling stocks, just that variations wasn't sticking. Wavered at times, allowing ample opportunities for the batters to pick up runs freely. Nimesh was on strike. Oh, struck really well. And powerful man gets it all the way for 6. For a moment thought, long on fielder just maybe stand a chance. Absolutely not. Clears the front foot. Lovely swing of the bat. 171 for 4. Partially stopped. Just a single. That'll do it. 7 runs and 3 balls to come. I thought deciding to bat first, Ansell Textiles did everything right. Good enough partnerships. Regular boundaries. That one sounded really nice. And as usual, over the fielder's head, over the long off region. What a fine half century. We've spoken about smaller partnerships. Niroshan is a finisher on 53. 3 sixes. No half measures about his betting. Another one. That's another huge 6. Now it will be very, very tough, I can tell you, going past 180. 186 to be precise with that huge 6. Superb shot. Coming down the track, Madhuranga pitches it short. Sets up really nicely. 184 for 6. Here's the final delivery. And very expensive final over for skipper Madhuranga. 19 runs. He had fairly decent figures up until then. Bowling the final over with just about both the batters trying to go after the bowling. Tough stage to come on. 184 for 6. Here's the final delivery. Madhuranga picked up a wicket but was very expensive. This time he picked up the wicket. Good end, but very expensive over. Started up really nicely by picking up a wicket, finishing up by picking up a wicket. 2 wickets in that over, but given away 19 runs. It's going to be a very tough chase for Ceylon Tobacco, I can tell. Here's the final wicket. Try to give it an almighty whack over mid-wicket region. He misses it. You miss, I hit. And Amila Madhuranga picks up another wicket. 2 for 42. Fairly decent spell apart from that final over. 184 for 7 at the end of 20 overs. Encounter between Ceylon Tobacco and Ansell Textiles. Group B encounter here at Dharmapala grounds. And Sri Lanka increasing their chances of going into the second round with that performance. Excellent with the bat. Half centurion. Niroshan batted superbly. Batting. Top scorer. Niroshan Lakshant batted beautifully. 4 sixes, a boundary. 59 of 36. Ably supported by Kokul Raj. 37 of 24. 2 sixes, 2 boundaries. Excellent strike rate for both the batters. And up the order. Chamatsara, Anjana and Tisura Fernando useful contributions with the aid of 17 extras. That's too much. 184 for 7 after 20 overs. Looks to be in a strong position. Ceylon Tobacco, just about all the bowlers taken a tap. Lasanta picking up 3 wickets. Given away 9 runs and over 36 for 3. Vijay Ratna bowled well. His third over was expensive, 34 for 1. Madhuranga, 2 for 42, very expensive. And Inam Amin, I thought, did a decent job. Good enough partnerships. 184 for 7. They are in the box seat. Batted so well. Start was a good one. Skipper winning the toss, deciding to bat first. You should be aiming at least 160 here at Dharmapala grounds. Boundary down the ground and very strong horizontal bat player picks up another boundary. And here's the dismissal. 2 fielders converging. The taller one took the catch. And afterwards, useful boundaries, useful partnerships. Tisura Fernando was looking dangerous for a brief period. And the bowlers, they've been wavered from time to time. Provided too many opportunities, too many half-trackers. Just like the one you just saw. And on the offside, it's just a matter of getting it above the infield. Boundary to be taken. Very fast outfield. Tisura Fernando at this stage was looking very dangerous. And they've been aiding with those lackluster fielding effort. That was taken really neatly in arm. That's a huge 6 over backward square leg region. And poor line and length. Way outside the off stump, shorter. Excellent piece of bowling. Saman Wijeratne had an excellent day. Just that third over went for plenty. How about that? Straight over our cameraman for a huge 6. Nicely done. Over extra cover region, you almost always get a boundary right between two fielders. Lovely placement. That's a huge one. Fielders were interested for a fraction of a second, but they had no chance. Excellent placement and the wicket. From time they're catching overall fairly good. Just a couple of drop catches, things would have been better. And the wicket keeper did fairly good job towards the end, just maybe feeling the fatigue, not bending enough. Few dismissals here and there, slowing things down. Just a fraction, but wasn't enough to keep them under tight leash. These are final overs. 2 huge sixes. Final over taken for 3 big sixes. Skipper taken some stick. And he picked up a wicket of a final delivery to conclude things. 184, a big score. Very interesting chase. 185 is the target. 120 balls. Do they have what it takes to go past that? That's the question. We'll find answers soon enough. We take a short break. Exciting chase coming up. Stay with us.
වාහනේ බ්ලොක් කළා. මේ මනුස්සර ගුවානේ ගන්න බෑ. අර මෑන් YouTube ආගෙන හිටියා. කකලාව. අයියා මෙතන එක්කේ. මෙතන බස් බලන්නේ නෑ අයියේ ඒක නෙමෙයි. දැන් අපි අර ඒ කියනකොට මෙතනට අදාළ නෑනේ. හරිද හරි. වීඩියෝ එකේ පේන්නේ නැති දෙයක් නේ. හරි. ඒක කියපු ගමන් ඇනවුස්මන්ට් දෙන්න තරම් නෙමෙයි. ඔව්. ඒක කියපු ගමන් මන හරියට මෙතන මේක ඇවිල්ලා මේවත් තියෙනවනේ. දෙකින් තියෙනවා. අපි ඒකට හින්ට් එකක් දුන්නා වගේ එකක් දෙන්න තිබ්බොත් අපි කොතනට හරි අපි සේව කරා වෙනවා. අපේ පැත්තෙන් එතකොට මොකක් හරි මේකක් කරා වගේ වෙනවා. අපි දන්නේ නැහැ සිග්නල් අපි දැන් සිග්නල් දෙනවා. අපි සමහර තැන් වලට කියනවා මේ දැන් ඔය ටීවී ආමි වල කෝඩ් ආමි වල කෝඩ් තියෙන ඇල්ෆා එහෙමනේ දෙන්නේ. එහෙමද? ඕ ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ වචනෙන් කියන්නේ නැහැ. ගාන්න කියනවා නම් ගාන්න වෙනම කෝඩ් එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ නැත්තම් ඒක අහන්න ඉතුරු කෙනගෙන එයා ඊළඟට ඒකට ප්‍රිකෝෂන්ස් ගන්නවා. ඒක වෙලියවල මුන් ලයිව් වල මේවා කරන්න කියලා බලන්න. ඕ. අපි දන්නේ නැහැ මොකද්ද කියන්නේ. දැන් ඔය කියන එකේ වාහනේ ගන්න කියන්නේ අවුට් වෙලා යන්න කියන එකක් දන්නේ නැහැ. ඒක කෝඩ් දෙන්න පුළුවන්. මේක බෙටි මම ඒක කියන්නේ. ඒකයි. තමන් කියන්නේ ඒ වගේ මේ ප්‍රශ්නක් දෙන්නේ නැහැ කියලා. ආගෙන හිටියොත් නම් YouTube ආගෙන හිටියොත් නම්
ඒක හරි.
ඩංගල එනවා. ඔව්. ඒ මනුස්සයා නැත්නම් ඒ මනුස්සයා කොහේවා ඉන්නද?
අතර සිකියුරිටි කෙනා දන්නවා මෙතන කවුද වාහන ආවේ කියලා. එයා එන්නේ මෙතනට හොයාගෙන තුගන් අර
සිකියුරිටි එක මේ මෙතනට පාක් කරන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. එයා මෙතන නැක්ෂේ අවශ්‍ය නැහැ.
අර පාක් එක අතර තියෙනවා.
ඔව් ඒකේ නෝ පාකින් දාලා දිනවා. එයා එතන යන්න දුමුනේ. මේ ඔක්කොම එක්සෑම් පේපර්ස්.
ඔව්.
ඇඩ්වාන්ස් ලෙවල් පේපර්ස්.
ඒක හොඳයිනේ අපි අල්ලලි කරලා පේපර් එක ගත්තා. හොයාගන්න තිබ්බා. අපරාධ නේද අපිට පොඩ්ඩක් ආයෙ A level paper එක කරගන්න තිබ්බ පොරක් එක කතා කරගත්තා. මේගොල්ලෝ වාහන ගන්න විදියත් එක්ක මේ පොලිරයාගේ මේ වයර්
දැන් තව මැච් කීයක් තියෙනවද?
අදින් ඉවරයි නේද?
අද ඉවරද? ඉවරද?
ගෲප් එක මැච් තුනක් ගහනවා.
හෙට ආයි තියෙනවද ක්ලබ් සතිය?
කොහොමද සතිය මැච් දෙකක් විතර ඉතුරු වෙනවා.
ඉතුරු වෙනවද?
ඒක සෙනසුරාදා ගහයි ඒ දෙක.
කාලි ඉවර කරා. ඊට පස්සේ
ක්වාටර් ෆයිනල්
21 බයිතන් ෆයිනල්. 21 ෆයිනල්
ඊළඟ මාසෙ
පටන් ගන්නවා මේක ජී.
දැන් ඊළඟ මාසෙ කියන්නේ මේ අප්‍රේල් මාර්ච් මාසෙද?
මාර්ච්
මාසෙ
පටන් ගන්නවා ආයි දැන් ඊළඟ සතිය පටන් ගන්නවා ආයි ඊළඟ එක.
මොකද මේ G division
මේවා මේ T20 මේ විදියට
මාරු ටීම් එකක් තියෙනවලු නේද? කීයක් තියෙනවද ඒකේ? ටීම් කීයක් තියෙනවද ඒකේ?
මේක ඉන්නවා මේකට හොඳයි.
මේක වැඩිය හොඳයි උන් ක්‍රිකට් ගහනවා.
කම්පැනි ඉස්සර
සමහර ඒගොල්ලෝ මේ 6ක් ගහනවා නේද?
ඒ මස්සල්ලක් ටීම් එක ඉස්සර කී ගැහුවේ. ඒ කලියම් සිටු ගානේ දී.
අලියන් මොකද ජෙනරල් එක?
ජෙනරල් එක රංගඩයස්ලා සමීර
අලියන් මේ ලයිෆ් එක සොප්ලොජික.
ඔව් හරි
සල්ලි පිටක
අලියන් ලයිෆ් එක ගත්ත ජනශක්තිය ලයිෆ් එක තියෙනවා.
ජනසක් ලයිෆ් එකක් කවුරුරි ගන්නවා දැන් ළඟ.
හරිද?
සඳ අරුණ වැඩක් නැහැ නේ.
ඒකේ මේමනේ. ප්‍රෙස්ටිජ් නේ.
ඒ වගේ ලාභ නැහැ.
ලාභ නැහැ ප්‍රෙස්ටිජ් නේ.
හැබැයි සොෆ්ට් ලොජික් වලට සල්ලි නැහැ.
තියෙනවද?
නෑ.
ඒ කවුදයි එකේ?
දැන් කෝට් කේසස් තියෙනවනේ.
කොහෙද?
උසාවි.
ඒ මොනවාද? සොප්ලොජික් ෆයිනෑන්ස් එක.
ෆයිනෑන්ස් එකේ තියෙනවා.
ෆයිනෑන්ස් එක උඩයි. ලයිෆ් කියන්නේ ලයිෆ් ලංකාවේ නම්බර් 2 ටෙලිකොම් වලට පස්සේ. ඊට පස්සේ දැන් ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ටෙලිකොම් පරණ එකක් නේ. ඒගොල්ලෝ ලයිෆ් ෆන්ඩ් වැඩි ඕනේ. ඒකෝට ඒගොල්ලෝ එකින් අනිකට
අන් දෙකක් වැඩි.
ඔව්. අර ඒගොල්ලෝ කාලේ වැඩි. හැබැයි ඒක ගත්තම ෆාස්ට් ස්ටෝරි 12 billion claim last year.
අම්මා.
ඉන්නවා. ඒවා මේ පිටින් third party කරන්නේ මොකද?
හැබැයි සොෆ්ට් ලොජික් ඩවුන් නේද? හා? ඩවුන් නේ?
ඒ සොප්ලොජික් වල කියන්නේ සොප්ලොජික් ෆයිනෑන්ස් ඒවා
නෑ සොෆ්ට් ලොජික් ගෲප් එක
ලයිෆ් ඉන්ෂුරන්ස් එක බඩ උදේ
ලයිෆ් ඉන්ෂුරන්ස් එකක්
නෑ නෑ ලයිෆ් නෙමෙයි. අනිත් ඕවර්ऑल බිස්නස්
ගත්තේ. ඔව්. ඒකෙන් මම ස්ථාවර ඉඳලම ෆවුන්ඩේෂන් එක හොඳයි. ඔව්. ෆන්ඩ් එක හොඳයි
කියන්නේ මේගොල්ලෝ මේ නම මේව කරා
නෑ නෑ. සේනයත් ඒකේ තමයි තිබ්බේ ඇප්ලිකේෂන් එක. ඔතගේ මේකට ගියා.
මම එයා ඒ වෙලාවේ අරයක් ඒගොල්ලෝ කිව්වා මේ ෂෙයා. අපි ටීම් එක ගමුද? ටීම් එක මුලට ගමු. ටීම් එක අවුට් කරමු. අද මුලට ගමු.
right.
හරි. ටීම් එක ආවේ.
So welcome back to Dharamapala grounds in Panipitia, the continuation of the game between Ansell Textiles and Ceylon Tobacco Company. And what a performance from Ansell Textiles. They won the toss, batted first, and in the 20 overs they made 184 for 7, a run rate of 9.28, and setting Ceylon Tobacco 185 to win in 20 overs. Right, so the players on the middle, the action about to unfold as well. And, of course, Ansell Textiles, they really bludgeoned the bowling to all corners of the field. Lots of sixers coming, the boundaries came in as well. And they did really well to get the total of 184. Tough ask for Ceylon Tobacco to get 185. They've not got such a big total in this tournament as well. And this is the Mercantile Cricket Association F Division T20 League Tournament for 2026. We're down to the last few games in this league tournament. And then the semi-finals and finals will be played later next month, we understand. And, of course, a lot of cricket to be played from the Mercantile Cricket Association. The G Division will get underway very soon, perhaps in about 2 weeks from now. And lots of teams participate in the G Division as well. So a lot of cricket being played in the Mercantile Cricket Association calendar as well. Right, so here the players are on the field. The action about to unfold as well. And let's see as to what Ceylon Tobacco can do. Can they get anywhere near the total of 185 required? Looking at the field, they've got a slip in place along with the third man, the backward point, a point extra cover, and a mid-off on the offside. On the onside, they had the man at short, fine leg, a deep mid-wicket of the boundary, and a mid-on. So the first over coming up from the pavilion end. So the stage all set, ready for the umpires to call play. They call play, here we go. Wrapped on the pad, given out LBW, and Ceylon Tobacco lose their first wicket. Pretty straight delivery. Wrapped him on the pad, and no hesitation from the umpire. So Ceylon Tobacco, they need 185 to win. They are 1 wicket for no runs of the first ball of the inning. And Ansell Textiles will be so happy to pick up that wicket as well. There we go. That's the replay. Covering the stumps, hit underneath the knee roll. The batsman knows he's in trouble, and he walks back. So that's a big wicket that Ansell Textiles has picked up off the first ball of the innings. Kokula Raj, he's the bowler. 1 wicket for no runs in the 1 ball he's bowled. So 185 to get of 119 balls. They got 9 wickets in hand at the moment. So number 3 walking out. We talk about the conditions here at Panipitia. The sun not coming out for sure, behind some of the clouds. So it's very comfortable conditions for the players to play this game. It's humid, no doubt. We feel the humidity in this part of the world, but that scorching sun that burns you is not out at the moment. Right, so new batsman in, takes guard, and there we are with the required run rate going to 9.33 at the moment. Kokula Raj, what a start that was to pick up a wicket on the first ball. We've got the left-hander on strike at the moment. Driven on the offside, straight towards extra cover, no runs. Inam Amin, the new man in, the left-hander. He usually opens the batting for Ceylon Tobacco. Today he's coming at number 3. Perhaps a few tactical changes from Ceylon Tobacco in their batting lineup as well. With a big total to get 185. Well bowled again. Troubles the batsman. Kokula Raj into his first over. 1 wicket for no runs after 3 deliveries. Inam Amin, 22 matches. Top score 31. Aggregate is 216. His strike rate is really good, 100. Driven on the offside again. Straight to short extra cover. He wanted 1, but sent back by his partner. Quite rightly so. Saman at the non-striker's end. He's still to face a ball. So 1 wicket for no runs. There are Saman Vijayaratna's statistics. 43 matches. Top score of 85 not out. So he can bat. And there's Imam who's covers up, pushes out to the offside. That's well played. Following the ball onto the bat is Inam Amin. He's faced 4 balls still to score. The last ball, the first over coming up. And Ceylon Tobacco, 1 wicket for no runs out of 5 deliveries. Nudge down to a short, fine leg. Fumble down there. They should have been taking 1. Non-strike was not interested. So no run was taken. And that ends the first over. So after 1 over, Ceylon Tobacco, 1 wicket for no runs. Inam Amin still to score. Saman also still to score. And Kokulu Raj, 1 over, 1 wicket for no runs. So there's a scorecard for Ceylon Tobacco. The man out, Janita Premasiri. Out first ball, LBW to Kokulu Raj. Saman Vijayaratna and Inam Amin are the 2 batsmen in the middle. Right, looking at the field as to what type of field they got a slip in place with the third man. The backward point, a point extra cover in the mid off the offside field. And on the onside, a short fine leg, deep mid wicket and mid on. And Tisuru Fernando to bowl his first over from the far end of the grounds. Pushed out on the offside. Extra covered as the fielding, so now the dot ball. So getting 185 is a big ask for Ceylon Tobacco. They don't bat so deep as well. But today will be certainly be a challenge to get to that total. Playing a miss outside the line of off stump. Few oohs and ahs, in fact, as the ball beat the batsman. .185 required of 112 balls, the equation. There we go. A play and a miss. Could have easily got a bit of bat onto that. Flicked on the onside, over the head of the short fine leg, down to the boundary. First run, so Ceylon Tobacco off the bat. 4 for 1. Well, living dangerously, they say. Look at that, over the head of that short fine leg fielder. If he was fielding at normal fine leg position, perhaps he would have been in business. So someone on 4, it's 4 for 1, Ceylon Tobacco. Down the leg side, wide called. That's a bad deal, but it's got to be rebowled. 5 for 1, in fact. Ceylon Tobacco. Down the track, clobbers it on the onside. Couple of bounces, the boundary at long on for 4. There was no fielder in that position. So someone got an easy boundary there. Look at that, the way he uses his feet. Timed it well. The ball just flew to that long on boundary for 4. Total up to 9 for 1 after 1.4 overs. Someone on to 8. So once the ball gets down there into those shrub areas, so difficult to find it. So a few more of the fielders going across to try and help the finding of the ball as well. But the umpires will call for another ball, in fact. They wouldn't want to waste too much of time. Has the ball been found? Well, somebody seems to have come up with a theory. Still nothing. We're looking at that far end of people in that area. Those shrubs are certainly are quite long, in fact, in that area. So we'd like to remind you that this is the Mercantile Cricket Association F Division T20 League Tournament 2026. And we hope you're enjoying our coverage as well of all the action. We have been coming to you live with lots and lots of matches every week as well to bring all the action to you. And we'd like to remind you that the G Division will start very soon from the Mercantile Cricket Association. So maybe 1 week of action in the F Division, and then the league fixtures will be completed, and then you'll go into the final round. Right, so ball has been found. Tisura Perra, none for 9 from 4 deliveries. Played away again on the onside, out towards long on 4 more. Back-to-back boundaries for someone. So Tisura Fernando is his name. This is a big over for Ceylon Tobacco. Look at that. Through the line, beats the bowler. Along the ground, in fact. Another boundary. Someone moves on 12, double figures, 13 for 1. Plays defensively down to the backward point. No chance of a run. Ends the over. 2 overs completed. And Ceylon Tobacco are 13 for 1. Saman's on 12 or 6. Inam is still to score 5. And Tisuru Fernando, 1 over, none for 13. They need further 172 runs from 108 balls. There we are. That's the equation for Ceylon Tobacco. A long way to go, an uphill task for them. Could they get there? Well, the bowling and the fielding is good. It's going to be a tough ask indeed for Ceylon Tobacco. Current run rate, 9.56. The record rate is 6.50. So Inam Amin on strike is still to score. Outside the line of stump, shoulders, arms, wide called. Yes, wide call by the umpire. So 1 more to the total, 14 for 1. And we'd like to remind all our viewers where we're watching this match. The match number 2 coming up in the afternoon at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Sri Lanka time. Metropolitan Group will take on McLaren's Group. Mercantile games always important. Slow ball. Waits. Plays gently on the onside towards mid-on for a single. Is off the mark now with 1. So it's 15 for 1. And both batsmen must be conscious to play the bowling on its merits. You get the slow balls coming in. The batsman will like to put pressure on the batsman as well. In fact, the bowlers. So someone on strike, he's on 12. Down the track, lofted on the onside, out towards long on. Picked up inside the boundary, coming back for 2. That's good running, very smart running. They complete the second run as well. There was no chance of return that was back to the bowler. It was not an accurate throw. It was away from the wickets, but the bowler nevertheless collected it. And, of course, the batsman picked up 2 runs. 17 for 1 after 2.2 overs. Takes someone on to 14 of 7 balls. Gokula Raj, 1 for 4 from 1.2 overs at the moment. Pulled up in the air. Fielder gets under it, takes the catch. And there we are with Ceylon Tobacco losing their second wicket. Pulled away on the onside, in there for a while. And the fielder at backward square leg made no mistake about that. A straightforward catch in the end. And Saman is the man who was scoring some runs. He's the one who's out. with Ceylon Tobacco on 17 for 2. So the Ceylon Tobacco batting card pretty brittle at the moment. And losing those 2 wickets, I wanted to make a big score of 185 to win. It's a tough ask when you start losing wickets early, chasing a big total. So Nimesh Bandara, the fielder, Kokulu Raj picks up his 2nd wicket of Saman Vijayaratne as well. 2 for 4 his figures, Kokulu Raj. So 4 runs and a wicket is over so far from Kokulu Raj. He's bowled well within himself. .168 to get off 105 balls, that's the equation. Right, new man in. Action will continue. Pulls up at the last moment. So Ansell Textiles will take their time to bowl Ceylon Tobacco out if they can. Nicely driven. Lovely shot on the offside between extra cover and point to the boundary for 4. That's a great start, in fact, for Bhanuka, who's off the mark in style with that boundary. 21 for 2. Ceylon Tobacco will really need some quick boundaries as well. They'll need to get this run rate going. So Bhanuka is on 4. 2 balls left in the 3rd over. Played defensively, soft hands to point, single being taken, that's well run. That's good cricket, intelligent cricket from Bhanuka. The boundary followed by the single, always good for cricket. 22 for 2 after 2.5 overs. Bhanuka is on 5 of 2 and brings Inam Amin to take strike. He's on 1. Played a miss outside the line of off stump. That's well bowled by Kokulu Raj. That ends the over. 3 completed. And Ceylon Tobacco 22 for 2 after 3 overs. Inam Amin is on 1. Bhanuka is on 5. Kokulu Raj 2 overs, 2 for 9. So current run rate 7.33. They require further 163 to win from 102 balls. And they have 8 wickets in hand. That's the equation for Ceylon Tobacco. And of course, Ansell Textiles, they look to get wickets. They look to bowl them out in the 20 overs. They are well placed on the table of points as well is Ansell. Not so for Ceylon Tobacco, lying down the table. Trisuru Fernando to bowl his 2nd over. None for 13 from his first. Bowling to Bhanuka, who's on 5. There's the target, 185. So 4th over coming up. Firmly driven on the onside straight to mid-on, who's feeling rather deep. Fields cleanly, so there's no chance of a run. There we go again, a thick edge down to 3rd man. So Bhanuka making things happen along with Inam. Bhanuka moves on 6 of 4 balls, 23 for 2. There we go. pressing the chalk into the matting wicket. Well played. On the back foot, Inam Amin is a quality player. He can play pace and spin. Gets carried away a bit with some hairy shots sometimes, but he's a good player. It's 23 for 2 at the moment. And this one is played over the bowler's head, down towards the long off boundary for 4 more. That's a great shot. So these batsmen concentrating on that long off, long on area. You get ready for your shots when you hit in those areas. The ball goes in the boundary very quickly. No fielder will get to it because for sure that the outfield is so fast. And there's the ball running into the boundary. 27 for 2 is still on Tobacco, 3.4 overs. Inam Amin on to 5. Pulled away again on the onside, this time into the boundary at mid-wicket for 4. Back-to-back boundaries for Inam Amin. This is good batting. That's what the doctor ordered, that they get these shots going. They get the placement right and the timing should be right as well. That's well played for a boundary. Driven again. Long off does the fielding. The batsman cross for 1. Inam Amin trying for more boundaries on the offside. Ends the over. 4 completed and Ceylon Tobacco up 32 for 2. Inam Amin is on 10. Banuka is on 6 and Tisuru Fernando 2 overs down to 23. So 153 required of 96 balls. Ansell Textiles win the toss and batting first. They made 184 for 7 in their 20 overs, run rate 9.28. Setting Tobacco Company 185 to win. It's a big ask to get 185. Flicked on the onside again, straight towards mid-wicket, single being taken. I really like the idea of the batsman just flick it on the onside or the offside, picking up a single, keeping the fielders busy. The runs also come in for the batting side as well. Now you look at that. That's the shot that was played towards mid-wicket. The fielder recovers well, but unable to get to the keeper quickly enough for run out. Tisuru Pera into his 3rd over. Stops in his tracks with the Inam on 10, Banuka is on 6. 32 for 2 wickets is Ceylon Tobacco after 4 overs. Nicely driven, but straight to the field at extra cover. Along the ground. So Inam Amin, it's got a good flavour of what really is going on. Sweet bat as well that can drive well on the offside and the onside. Gokul Raj into his 3rd over at the moment. This time played out towards the square leg region. The batsman crossed for 1. Gokul Raj was trying to disrupt the single, but he couldn't. The call was early. The batsman responded very quickly. We're into the 5th over now. It's 33 for 2 after 4.2 overs. Banuka is on 7. Inam is on 11. Gokul Raj 2 for 11 from 2.3 overs. Player a miss outside the line of off stump. Gokul Raj tempting Inam to play it. A lot of talk on the grounds and advice being given to the bowlers as well. As Ansell Textiles are well on top in this game. They picked up 2 wickets at 34 from Ceylon Tobacco. Flicked on the onside. Looking for 2. They get a single, but they don't settle for a single. Ball was picked up very quickly at a deep mid-wicket. The ball travels so quickly on this outfield because the weather conditions, the dry weather conditions, have really put paid to the chances of grass growing at some point. Lovely shot. Drives that well. No stopping that into the boundary. Extra car for 4. What a shot that was from Bhanuka. Excellent cricket all around. 35 for 2 is Ceylon Tobacco. Bhanuka moves on to 7. Inam is on 12 at the moment. Look at that shot. Everything in place. Placement was also good. The fielders did not move. So 5 overs completed. And Ceylon Tobacco are 39 for the loss of 2 wickets. Bhanuka is on 11. Inam is on 12. Kokul Raj, 3 overs, 2 for 16. And time for a change in the voices as well. And there's Dhamika to take you through the next 5 overs.
Thank you so much, Eric. As we're looking at the bowling figures for Ansell Textile, Kokul Raj, excellent day, batted well, and with the ball, 3 overs, 2 for 16. Yusuf Fernando proven little expensive, but at this stage, quite clearly, Ansell Textiles is in the front seat. Someone will have to bat extremely well. Lakshman Bandara, 4 for 18, very good average and economy. So he's a useful operator, left armer. That angle always works. Straight down the ground. How about that for footwork? Big boot. Straight down the line of the delivery and prevented what would have been a certain boundary. That was his power pulley. Take a look at it. Whoa. No pain whatsoever. He's a strong lad, Lakshman Bandara. A little bit of room outside the off stump. Inam Amin looks like a player who's got the techniques, who's got what it takes to be successful in this division. Already on to 12. Couple of scintillating boundaries. 12 of 15 and Bhanuka 11 of 7. This is the time for them to stitch out a partnership. The target was a big one. 185, needing 145 now. They have only 88 balls. Just as I say, someone will have to bat out of his skin. Very well bowled, no room whatsoever. Nice shape in towards the left-hander. The outing wasn't a good one for Ceylon Tobacco. Played 4 matches, lost 3. This is interestingly the final game for both the teams. Room outside the off stump. There was an opportunity, just a bit of in-swing. Went underneath the bat, Bhanuka. Any given opportunity, they are ready to pick up boundaries. They're going to need plenty of them. Comparatively, Ansell being very efficient in the field. Once again, there was an opportunity in T20 cricket. There aren't too many opportunities. When you see it, it's about cashing in. But unfortunately for Bhanuka, 2 deliveries on the trot. Just a single given away. Excellent start for Bandara. In-swinger. This is good bowling. Very little you can do about that. Just 2 runs. Excellent over. 6 overs done. 41 for 2. Once again, the equation, 144 runs. They have Only 84 deliveries. That's tough. It's getting tougher by the minute. Gokul Raj batted so well. Few dashers. A half century. So useful contributions. You need plenty of them. Batting efforts, just as I mentioned, wasn't the best for Ceylon Tobacco. They've been in mercantile sector, playing mercantile cricket for a long period. From time to time, done reasonably well. But in this tournament, they don't stand a chance of moving into the second round. But for Ansell, win here, they are in the second round. That one sounded nice and in the gap. Much needed boundary. Pressure was building. Excellent previous over. Gokul Raj provides a little bit of room outside the off stump and Bhanuka. This time, it's not going to miss out. Off the meat of the bat, into the gap, and as usual, this outfield very fast. They got to keep doing that, picking up regular boundaries, at least a boundary per over. 10.29, even after that boundary, required run rate still goes up. With every dot ball, with every single, pressure builds up. Not the ideal situation. That one goes aerial. Should be taken. Oh, fabulous catch. He was down in the deep, right at the edge of the boundary, and has to come a long way, just about 15, maybe 20 meters. Done that perfectly well. Was in the air for a long time, and another one bites the dust. Batsman out, Bhanuka for 16. Gokul Raj, excellent day continues. Runs with the bat, wickets with the ball. Picks up another one for the sliding. Ceylon Tobacco. It's getting tougher and tougher. If you can remember, during the early games of this tournament, teams winning the toss usually prefers to chase, but towards the latter part, teams almost always prefers to put up a score on the board and put the scoreboard pressure on the opposition. It seems to be working. Few matches ended in favor of team batting first. Inam still in the crease. Now he needs a partner to build up, to stitch out a decent enough partnership. 45 for 3, sliding further down. Current run rate isn't great, 7.11. And Gokul Raj got 4 more deliveries. In-swinger off the pads gets a single. Nothing more than that. With every dot ball, with every single, pressure builds up. It's only a question of whether Ceylon Tobacco have what it takes to be aggressive, to pick up boundaries. If that happens, they will obviously create themselves an opportunity. But unfortunately, based on what we've seen so far, that doesn't seem to be happening. 139 of 81. It's very tough. Ansell, they have a very good bowling lineup. It's been proven so far. Gokul Raj just about to finish his 4th over. Oh, that's a good shot. Timed it well enough. Came off the inner part of the bat. And Inam just maybe thought he didn't time that one well enough. But enough bat. Gets it into the gap. That's what matters. Wasn't a bad delivery, I can tell you. Picked it from outside the off stump and worked away. Much needed boundary. And makes it a good over. 9 runs off. Yes, they've lost a wicket. It's just about keep getting boundaries. Keep things moving. That's good hands. Well fielded. And initially, yes, they considered the possibility of a single. Gets it quite comfortably at the end. 10 runs. 2 first overs. Just a knock right in front, but it took a while to pick it up. And that was enough for Amila and Inam to complete the single. Ooh, slower delivery. Off cutter. Direct hit. They've been very, very good in the field. Short third man fielder comes in, sends in a good return. Just a single, 11 runs off. Very good over under the circumstances. After 7, 52 for 3. Comparison. Many big overs, especially towards the end. Here and there, Ceylon Tobacco had few good overs, 13, 10 and 11, but they're going to need them consistently, right till the end. Right now, 10.23, very, very tough. You need wickets in hand, you need set batters. Lakshman Bandara, excellent first over, just 2 runs off. He's on to his second over. In this format, in this division, in this tournament, we've seen left-arm seamers done exceedingly well. Yesterday's game was a classic example. Left-armer for Metropolitan picking up 4 wickets. Excellent performance. And Lakshman, so far done everything right. Coming round this time, outside edge. He was playing the line of the delivery, holding its line up a little bit. Just maybe a cutter, but they get a single. Had he missed it, would have been a very, very loud shout, I can tell you. Lakshman Bandara, 1.2 overs, given away 2 runs. Very economical way to go about it. Restricting the opportunities of freeing their arms for the batsman. That's the method. Those who have done that right had the results in their favour, a wide. Ceylon Tobacco had the opportunity of restricting Ansell maybe down to 150 midway through. They've been controlling things well enough. Oh, that's a nice shot. But the fielder, he was very good. That, if I'm not mistaken, Tisura Fernando comes around really quickly. These are the efforts that win you matches. And that's the reason why they've won 3 matches out of 4 and in with a chance of moving on to the second round. I can tell you, very, very exciting second round is coming up. That too, well fielded. And he got past the fielder inside short mid-wicket region. Would have been a certain boundary. It's fairly good over after conceding a wide and 2 singles. Things moving along according to a plan for Ansell Textiles. They've just lost a single game, and that was against the table toppers Powerhand Plantation B. Both the teams done exceedingly well, and we can expect good things from both the teams. This is Group B encounter. Who's a capable batter, Inam Amin, on 19, 21 deliveries now. Moves to 20 with that single. Singles or 2's not going to do the job. They need at least a boundary, if not a 6. That completes the 8, 57 for 3. All-round capabilities by Ansell Textile so far. Very good. Good with the bat. Decent in the field. And the bowlers does the trick. Here's the skipper. Madhushan comes in gentle off spinners. Off a very short run up. They were put under pressure just one occasion, and that was against Power Hand Plantation. And afterwards, got things back on track, well in contention to move on to the second round. One of the teams to look out. Well, that was short enough. And got the placement done really well. They're going to need boundary per over if they are to stand any chance of winning this game. Short pitch delivery, gratefully accepted and pulled away towards deep backward square leg region, and fielder in the deep had no opportunities. 5 runs off 2 deliveries. Madhushan Sanjay, the skipper, very confident about his team right at the beginning of the day. That's nice off the back foot. Absolutely no opportunities. Much sharp, nimble-footed comparatively. That's a quicker delivery. Pace variations, length variations, flatter deliveries. More or less similar to Samana Ratna. That's nicely played, but straight to the fielder. You've got to pick up boundaries. Plenty of dot balls. We've spoken about number of dot balls right throughout this tournament. Once again finds a fielder and a fumble. Allows the single, nothing more than that. And they are coming back for the second. Gets it quite comfortably at the end. They completes another very good over. This time they picked up 7 runs, 9 done, 64 for 3. One, 2, 3 of 67 balls. At this stage, Ansell Textiles the favourites. Do they have what it takes? Ceylon Tobacco. They have 7 wickets in hand. Required run rate jumped up to 11. Just as I say, it's getting tougher by the minute. Bandara on to his 3rd over. He's been good so far. Full toss. That was there to be hit. There was a single fielder inside the 30-yard circle, and Inamomin found that. That sounded nice, but straight to wide lung on fielder. Just a single. As long as they prevent boundaries, they know for a fact they are increasing the chances of winning this game. Obviously, right at the beginning, I mentioned they are the favourites coming into this game based on their performances, and they've just demonstrated why. Game of the pads, it seems. Enough pace, but the fielder inside the 30-yard circle comes around and prevented a boundary being taken. 66. Things moving ahead, but not according to required pace. 6.95. At that pace, you're going to reach only 140. Looks like, yes it is, another one bites the dust. That was there to be hit. Pace variation does the trick for Lakshman Bandara. Deservedly so, picks up a wicket. Excellent stuff. 4 down for 66 now. Inamomin was patient for a while. He's been picking up boundaries, singles here and there. Keep things moving. Just maybe the last hope for Ceylon Tobacco. is back in the hut. 4 down, 66 runs on the board. In deep troubles. Well taken catch by Madhusan Sanjay, the skipper. 22. That's not going to do the job. We haven't had sunshine best part of the day so far. Pleasant in comparison to yesterday. It was a warm and humid day. But we hope that weather stays the same. Right now, fairly comfortable. Light breeze blowing across and wonderful venue. Big wide outfield. There's a turf wicket, side netting, and excellent facility. Dharmapala College Grounds, Panipitia. Colombo suburbs and Mercantile cricket reaching Panipitia. Plenty of matches. Here's Bandara once again. Lets it go wisely so, but decided to give that a wide. There was no real intention by the batsman to go after that and just on top of the tram line. But what matters? The umpire's call. That'll do it. Beautiful shape. In towards the batter. Bit of a cutter. Moving away and outer half of the bat gets it down to third. Only a single. So it's just a matter of getting in few decent deliveries in for Ansell Textiles. Lakshman Bandara, he's been doing a good job. Worked away, they get a single. Direct hit would have been interesting, not to be. So completes another very decent over. Wicket being taken. Lakshman Bandara, 3 overs, 11 for 1. And after 10, Ceylon Tobacco tottering, 69 for 4.
Right, so here we are. Ceylon Tobacco and Ansell Textiles battling it out. 69 for 4 is Ceylon Tobacco after 10 overs at the halfway stage. Madhushan Sanjay cut away on the offside. Picked up at extra cover, so there's no chance of a run. The target for Ceylon Tobacco is a big one, 185. A long way to go. Pulls that run on the offside. Pulls it well. Umpire waits for the call. It's signaled as a boundary. So 4 runs to the batting side. Look at that, and good shot indeed. It beat the fielder, all ends up. 73 for 4, Ceylon Tobacco. Nudged down towards the backward point this time. Single being taken. So for the 112 runs required of 58 balls for Ceylon Tobacco, Amila is on 15. Shehan is on 1. He has the strike. Madhushan Sanjay into his second over. None for 12 his figures. Driven again. Mid-off does the fielding, but the batsman crossed for 1. That's excellent running. Really put the pressure on the mid-off fielder. And the mid-off fielder succumbed to the pressure. Didn't field cleanly. The batsman picked up one. So Ceylon Tobacco tried to make a go of this total to make 185. They're 75 for 4. And lofted on the offside. Where's that gone? It's gone to hand along the ground, in fact, for another single. (76 for 4 up to 10.5). Need to play away on the onside. So many gaps on the onside that the batsman just could work it away there and pick up a single. So there we are. The 11th over completed. Then after 11, Ceylon Tobacco 77 for 4. Amila on 17. Shian is on 3. Madhushan Sanjay 2 overs, none for 15. Lakshman Bandara to bowl his fourth and final over. 1 for 11 his figures. Bowling from the far end of the grounds. Ceylon Tobacco 77 for 4 after 11 overs. Played nicely on the offside. Off for the single with the shot. That's excellent running again from Shian. When you start that single and your non-strikers responds as well, you've done extremely well. 78 for 4. Pulled hard and high on the onside. That's gone a long way. That's 6. None of the fielders seem to be interested in getting the ball, so the umpire scored another ball from the match referee. That must have gone a long way into the shrubs as well. And now, 2 of those substitutes are looking for the ball, but it's gone a long, long way, in fact. And whether they'll ever find it, we don't know. A great shot from Mamila as well. Takes him on 23 of 17. Shian is 4 of 4 balls. Played gently on the onside. Single being taken again. That gap on the onside, there's a mid-wicket in place. But he can't prevent the single. The ball was played in soft hands. And the single was taken. 85 for 4 after 11.3. Required rate is 7.39. Played straight towards mid-wicket this time. No chance of a run. Flicked on the onside, beats the fielder at a short mid-wicket, down to the boundary it goes. Picked up just inside. That was very close to the fielder. He attempted to cut it off and pick up a catch, but couldn't do so. Good effort from him. And takes Ceylon Tobacco on to 86 for 4 after 11.5 overs. Bandara's last ball. Pulls this one again. That's a good shot. That goes a 4 towards the backward square leg or fine leg for 4. That'll end the over as well. So 12 overs completed. Ceylon Tobacco are 90 for the loss of 4 because look at that. There we go. Putting it with ease on the onside. There was no stopping it. 90 for 4 after 12. Amila is on 28. Shian is on 5. Lakshman Bandara has completed his 4-over spell. 4 overs, 1 for 24. 95 required of 48 balls for Ceylon Tobacco. Can they get there? Well, Ansell Textiles did extremely well to get to 184 for 7 in their 20 overs at a run rate of 9.28. Very healthy run rate. It rained 6s and 4s all the time from the bats of the Ansell batsmen. So back to action again. Right, a medium pacer in operation. Gentle blade on the onside. Just rolls his wrist on that. Looking for two, but they settle for a single. Three fielders converge to do the fielding. So only one run to Ceylon Tobacco. Takes them out to 90 for 4 after 12.1 overs. 91 for 4, in fact. 93 runs required of 46 balls, the equation. Played in soft hands towards point. Not single being taken. Now, this is a feature of the running between wickets of all these sides. The moment they play soft hands to a point or backward point, they always take off for a single. So, Nimesh Bandara, 2 for 32 from his best figures, 9 matches. This is his first over. Again, quick single being taken. Nimesh Bandara quickly into it. Nimesh Bandara, in fact, quickly into it, but he can't prevent the batsman taking one. Oh, driven on the offside. There we are. Pays the penalty for that. Drives on the up is Amila. The moment you drive on the up and you got that man at short mid-wicket, you're going to be in trouble. As Amila walks back. Well compiled, 29 in fact. Look at that. Full toss outside the line of off stump. He got back to ball, an extra cover, did the rest behind. So Madhushan Sanjay takes the catch of Nimesh Bandara. He's gone for 29, Amila Madhuranga. Slowly but surely, Ceylon Tobacco losing their way. Half the side back in the dugout. 93 for 5 after 12.4 overs. Nimesh Bandara, 1 for 3 from the 4 balls he's bowled so far. So 92 of 44 balls, the equation for Ceylon Tobacco with 5 wickets in hand. The task is getting even more difficult now for Ceylon Tobacco. Nimesh Bandara, 3 runs and a wicket in this over so far. So we hope you're enjoying our live coverage of all the action of the Mercantile Cricket Association F Division T20 League Tournament 2026. Hope you're recognizing all the voices, the faces as well on the field. And we'll make an offer to you. Well played. Waited for that, opened the face of the bat and played it down towards the sweeper cover for a single. Off the mark straight away. Hassan has got the strike now. Oh no, he's on 1. Here's Shiran. Played on the onside, out towards long on at the moment, or deep mid-wicket, comes in to do the fielding. Only a single. Required red, climbs to over 12 runs and over. It's going to be tough going, in fact. The fielding side, or the batting side rather. 95 for 5. Ceylon Tobacco. So Bandara to bowl his second over, 13 overs completed. And look at the bowling figures. Kokul Raj, 4 overs, 3 for 27. He's bowled well. Fernando, number 23. Bandara has picked up 1 wicket, 24. Sanjay, none for 15, and Bandara again. Nimesh Bandara, 1 for 5. So follow wickets has been very interesting, not 17 as well. Then some partnerships have come in. So Ravindra Kumara to bowl his first over. Lofted on the onside. Fielders running across. Could he get there? Picks it up inside the boundary. Batsman come back for 2. $97 for 5. There was that shot played. The fielder was after it. He allowed the ball to bounce back before it reached him. Shian is on 10 at the moment. Flicked off the pads on the onside. Down to his backward square leg for a single. That's excellent batting. Making use of the crease as well to flick one off the pads on the onside. Well played. Short third man does the fielding. One more to the total. Hassan moves on to 2. 99 for 5 after 13.3 overs. Clubs that one on the offside. Where's that gone? Picked up inside the boundary. It was absolutely bludgeoned by the batsman. Unfortunate, it didn't get to the boundary. He'll be disappointed with that, but they pick up a single. So Shian moves on to 12. It's 100 now for 5. 100 for 5 after 13.4. And pulls on the onside this time towards long on. They get one more run. So takes the total of Ceylon Tobacco onto 101 for 5. 84 required of 37. This is played on the onside again, out towards deep mid wicket. They're looking for 2, but settled for a single again. Takes Hassan on to 3. It's 102 for 5. So 14 overs completed. Required rate is 13.83. They're going at 7.29. And Ravindra Kumar has bowled 1 over, none for 7. $83 of 36, the equation for Ceylon Tobacco. Long way to go. Almost impossible. And they only got 5 wickets in hand. So Nimesh Bandar on his way again to bowl his second over. Turned across the backward square leg. Single taken. That's good running. Put the pressure on the fielder straight away when you get singles going. Takes Bandar on to 2. The total moves up to 103 for 5. 82 required of 35 balls. Ceylon Tobacco given up the ghost at the moment. Played past the bowler. Striker wanted 1. A non-striker said no. So no single being taken. A dot ball. Going for a pull shot. Plays onto the stumps this time. That's a very poor shot indeed. Dislodge the bail straight away. You're asking for trouble when play the shot. Look at that again. There we go. It bounced after it took it to the bat. And then ricocheted on the stumps. So Nimesh Bandara picks up his second wicket, 2 for 6 from 1.3 overs. Ashan Vijayasekara was bowled by Nimesh Bandara for 3. So slowly but surely, Ansell Textiles getting a firm grip of this game. They should take this game quite easily because those big shots from the batsmen not coming in for Ceylon Tobacco. Right, the new man in. Playing a miss outside the line of off stump. A slow ball from Nimesh Bandara. And unable to get back to it is Rajit. Rajit is still to score. Shehan is on 14 at the moment at the non-strikers end. Played the full face of the bat out to the offside towards the deep mid-off for a single. Rajit is off the mark with the single and takes the total up to 103 for 6. So 82 required of 32 balls. That's the equation. Now the single being taken. Return comes in. Bails off in a flash. The umpire says no. Batsman has made his ground. Take a look at that. Played with soft hands on the offside towards backward point. One-handed. The return comes in as well, but the batsman is certainly home. Good call from the umpire. So 15 overs completed. And Ceylon Tobacco 105 for 6 out of 15 overs. They require for the 80 of 30 balls. And to take it through to the end of this match, it's the operandum 9, Damika.
The equation getting tougher by the minute. Needing 16 runs per over. There can be only one winner now unless someone bats incredibly well. It wasn't the best start for Ceylon Tobacco. Not too many runs. First power play wasn't utilized all that well. And after that, right from the beginning, they were catching up. That sounded nice. Had enough. And goes all the way. They're going to need plenty of them. Ranjit, strong striker. Must be telling himself enough is enough. And big bind. Over by Logon region for a huge 6. They're going to need plenty of them. I've already said that. Goes a long way. So he's a capable striker. Someone will have to bat out of the skin with that 6 required run rate. Come down a little bit, 15.64 required. They have only 4 wickets in hand. Goes along the ground, should only be a single, if not more. Just a single. Ravindra Kumar, just a moment ago, we saw his figures decent. Conceded 7 runs now. First over was a very good one, but just the kind of start Tobacco was hoping for. Of the inside edge, it seems. We'll have to wait for the umpire's signal. Came off the pads, it seems. Just a single, 72 of 27 deliveries. Very, very tough. They've won just a single game. Looks like chances of winning the second is out of the equation. They had a couple of powerful strikers. They've been picking up boundaries around 5th, 6th over. But eventually, boundaries died out. That looks nice. They've been very good in the field, deep fielders. Oh, that's a run out. Totally unnecessary. Had they gone for the first run quickly enough, they had the chances of coming back for the second quite easily. They were just ambling across and taken a while to come back for the second. As a result, losing another wicket, 7 down for 114. looking down the barrel. Goes into the deep. Fielder did a fine job. Takes it, sends in a very good return on the bounce, and the wicketkeeper does the rest. So, Ansell Textiles increasing their chances of moving on to the second round. 16 overs done, 114 for 6. Needing just 71 of 25. Highly unlikely. Decent enough bowling attack. Ravindra Kumara completes another good over down the ground. Firm push, just be a single. About the halfway mark, we mentioned singles not going to do the job. They're going to need plenty of boundaries. Didn't really happen. 1-1, 6. And they've lost 7 wickets. 7 batters back in the hut. And the job was left for the tail. Came off the pads. Momentum is taking the delivery down the leg side. Picking up a single. No real harm. Shihan, who's on 17, and Matisha, who bowled fairly well while they were bowling. Huge responsibility. Asking too much from the tail. Slowed it down. Very good slower delivery. He's been doing that consistently. At least one slower delivery per over. Nimesh Bandara. If you got the variation, you will eventually pick up wickets. Nimesh Bandara already proven that. 2.3 overs, 2 for 10. Excellent figures. So we can expect some good performances from Ansell Textiles in the second round. Just lost a game, done everything right, about to win the 4th game, and second round, they know it's going to be a very, very tough round. Few very good teams, Aitken Spence, Camera LK, H&B Assurance, unbeaten, Power Hand Plantation B. Once again coming down the track, try to take the cover of the ball. Smashed it. In comparison to they batted during the first 3 matches, fairly decent effort, but the ask was a very tall one. 185. You're going to need a special effort. Unfortunately, that didn't really materialize. Down the leg side, should be another wide. Nimesh Bandara. Very clever operator. Predominantly in swingers, and from time to time he gets his variations. The slower ball was very, very effective and almost always deceiving the batters, especially when they are trying to get after him. Off the meat of the bat. Fielder has to come a long way and trying out a little bit of footwork, but to no good effect. Boundary to complete a very good over for Tobacco after a while. 17 done, 124 for 7. Here's another look. Good bat swing. Outer half of the bat. And outfield as always very fast. Fielder expecting something better. 18 deliveries, 61 runs. There can be only one winner. And that's Ansell Textile. But we have 3 more overs to go, which means Ceylon Tobacco can delay the inevitable. Looks like we got another bowling change. Not the time for you to bring out changes in bowling towards the last few overs. But skipper, he has the confidence and Immediately finding the right line and length, direct hit would have been very interesting. And going back for the second of the wayward throw. That'll do it. Just a single. Fielders in the deep as well as inside the 30-yard circle. They know for a fact they got the game in the bag. It's just a matter of wrapping it up. Yet another disappointing day for Ceylon Tobacco. That's a good delivery. Very sharp, very brisk, sort of a slinger. Skiddy type of bowler. If you take your guard off, he could really strike. Cross-batted heave on the onside, well fielded. Looking at the way things panned out so far, it looks like Ansell Textile Ceylon is about to win this game with a hefty winning margin. Struck outside the line of the delivery. Excellent on-field call. There was a loud shout. Ravindra Kumar, for a moment, thought he got his first wicket, not to be legged by only 4 runs. So excellent figures. He's about to complete his third. That was straighter. Had he missed it, would have been a loud shout. Ooh, direct hit would have certainly had the man. Wicketkeeper had to collect it and whip it a long way. That was enough. The duration was enough for the batsman to crease his bat. During the toss, as keeper mentioned, they are determined to win their second game, but that didn't really materialize. But for Ansell, they can look up for bigger things now. Guaranteed place in the second round. That was struck beautifully. Sound, definitely tell the story. Was there short enough? And Shihan swings it down the leg side, picks up another boundary. Take a look at it. He was anyway outside the off stump, looking to whip everything on the onside. Got exactly what he wanted. For to complete the 18th, 133 for 7. 52 of 12 deliveries. So Ansell secured another comfortable victory against Ceylon Tobacco with 12 deliveries to go. Can be certain of that. Just about a bit of match practice, swinging the bat, get few runs, feel good about yourself, and hopefully come back strong in the next year's tournament. Ansell, it's just about working hard. Though they've won the game by a comfortable margin, they made fair share of mistakes during this game. It's about minimizing your mistakes and increasing your chances of doing well in a competitive tournament like this. Now the slow ball. Batman was reaching for it and very keen on get off strike. Nimesh Bandara into his 4th over, given away just 16 runs, has already picked up 2 wickets. Shihan, he's the man ideally should be on strike. 26 of 23, picked up few boundaries. Last to low mid-wicket region for a huge 6. This time they get a single. Direct hit would have been interesting. Throw was little too high. Now, as expected by the supporters of Ceylon Tobacco, Shihan is on strike. Here's another look. Gentle dab immediately sets off. Didn't manage to collect it. 7.31. This is not the sort of a run rate required to win this game. 2 fielders converging. And ball finds a gap. 4 more runs to the total. Shihan just maybe thinking bat down little too far down the order. It's a capable batter, onside oriented player, trying to play everything on the onside and from time to time made solid connection, just like the previous one. 5 rounds so far. Coming down the track, try to whip that one above the extra cover fielder, missing it altogether. Another dot ball. As usual, it's a double header here at Pannipitia. Later on, another very interesting match coming up. McLaren's taking on Metropolitan Group. Should be another crucial game. McLaren's, of course, searching for their spot. Book their spot. That's what's wide enough. Batsman was staying right on top of the tram line, and the bowler decided to bowl it wider, and fair call made in the end. Slower through the air, just about 90, maybe 85 kph, almost like a leg spinner. Just a single, fairly good over under the circumstances, but the requirement is a steep one, 38.57. That's not going to happen. We all know that. Already 7 runs. Wouldn't be a bad idea picking up another boundary. Cheeky little paddle sweep. Absolutely no opportunities for the second. Too much of a risk for a single. That completes the 19th. 141 for 7. So we are reaching the final over of Ceylon Tobacco's innings. It's been a disappointing one. 141 runs. It's not going to happen. Just 6 deliveries. It's just a matter of having some fun. Sharp in-swinger. Ravindra Kumara into his final over. Didn't pick up a wicket, but always been very sharp. Done really well right throughout the tournament. Came off the pads and gone all the way. They wouldn't mind fielders. They looks very relaxed, calm and composed. They know for a fact just a matter of winning this game. They will be in the second round. Done everything with a bat in hand. 184 runs. Fine tickle. Came off the pads and 4 more runs to the total. Another in-swinger. Excellent line of operation. Very tough to get away those. Especially when you are trying to hit it on the onside. Almost always. Sharp in-swingers. Cramping the batsman up. And cramping them for room. Never making things easier. 7.49. Comparatively better effort with the bat. But the asking rate. Right from the word go. 9+ runs and over. It's not going to happen. That'll do it. It's just a matter of having some fun. And he goes over mid-wicket region and gets another huge 6. Shihan moves to 31 with that huge 6. 37 in fact. They definitely left it too late. Ideally, Shihan could have batted up in the order. But maybe next season. This is the final game. It's about correcting your mistakes and improving your strength. That's another one. Goes along the ground. Well struck and well fielded in the deep. Commitment. They knew for a fact they backed this game, but the commitment by the fielders in the deep for Ansell Textile. This is exactly what's going to require going into tougher rounds, tougher matches. Came off the pad. Loud shout and the umpire isn't moved. So that'll do it. Just 153 runs. They've lost 7 wickets. A comfortable victory. Just as we expected, a hefty margin. And Very, very interesting second round. It's going to be Ansell in, Powerhand Plantation already in. So that's the two team guaranteed a place in the second round. Not the best outing once again for Ceylon Tobacco. Expected an improved performance. And on the other hand, they just about did the basics right. Ansell Textiles won the game comfortably, 154 for 7, and victory margin of 31 runs in this format, in this tournament, considered a huge one that will eventually help them improve their net run rate. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. It's just a matter of winning their game, and they knew it. Done everything right. Won their fourth game. Just lost a game. Goes to tell you, they got what it takes to be successful in this tournament. Yet another contenders. And two teams moving on to the second round from Group B, Powerhand Plantation and Ansell. As players, shaking hands, formalities. Excellent stuff here at Dharmapala College Ground, Panipita. It's a double-header, another game coming up. Should be another very interesting game as we're looking at the batting card for Tobacco. Torrid start, just 14 runs for Vijay Ratna. Amin looked good for a while, 22. De Silva, 16. And Madhuranga, the skipper, 29 runs, a 6 and 3 boundaries. Wasn't enough. Shihan Rodrigo at the end had some fun, a 6 and 3 boundaries, 39 runs of 29 deliveries. Comparatively, an improvement, but never really enough to win a game. With the aid of 14 extras after 20 overs, 154. Excellent figures for Kokul Raj, 3 for 27, having batted so well. Player of the match in my book, Lakshman Bandara, 1 for 24. Nimesh Bandara, very clever operator, picked up 2 wickets, given away 24 runs. Partnerships never really materialize. All out. In fact, 7 wickets down for 154 at the end of 20 overs. The favourites, Ansell, proven the point. These are the highlights of Tobacco's innings. First over, losing a wicket, never ideal. And as usual, from time to time, they've been pick up boundaries, but without any consistency. When you're chasing something like, that's the second dismissal. Very well taken. Never easy, those catchers swirling in the air. You need partnerships at a higher rate. That didn't really happen. That was the question, that was the issue they've faced right throughout this tournament. And the worries continues for them. And that concludes the first round, the tournament in fact, for Ceylon Tobacco. And on the other hand, happier side, Ansell Textiles. They will move on to the second round. Few lusty blows down the order. Tail-enders had a little bit of fun. That was nicely played over mid-wicket region and gets a boundary. Few more boundaries on the onside. And that's the dismissal. Well taken by the skipper. Struck well on the onside, gets another boundary. Another one over mid-wicket. That was a full toss. They are to be hit. Slower delivery. Down the trick. Easily taken. And that's the final wicket to have fallen. Few big hits towards the end. He's been enjoying himself out there in the middle. That's the whole point. Do your best. Minimize your mistakes. That's another boundary. Opening up the bat face. Got the placement right. Cross-batted heave on the onside. Gets another boundary. Of onside-oriented player gets another boundary between wide long on and mid-wicket fielder. And here's to conclude things. Fine tickle down the ground. And few more boundaries. Never really enough. convincing winners, and they will be moving on to the second round very, very proudly, high on confidence. That's what matters. As we are getting ready to have a look at the summary of this match. Ansell was skipper, won the toss, decided to bat first. There's no hesitation. Big score on the board, 184 for 7. Lakshanta 59 of 36, batted beautifully. Gokul Raj quick fire, 37 of 24 deliveries, and Chamathara 30 well contributed, and Jayawardene picking up 3 for 36, expensive. Madhuranga and Inam amongst the wicket, but never really in control. And with the chase, 154 for 7 after 20 overs. Rodrigo with 39 in fact, 29 deliveries, well batted of course. Amila Madhuranga, the skipper, 29 of 21. Inam Amin, 22 of 25. Gokul Raj, excellent day, 3 for 27. Just 4 overs. Nimesh Bandara, 2 for 24. Lakshman Bandara, 1 for 24. Excellent performance in the field. Ansell Textiles winning by 30 runs. Moving on to the second round, we got yet another very exciting game coming up. What we'll do right now is take a break. Exciting T20 cricket coming your way. Do stay with Sporty.lk.